Douluo Dalu summoning the Holy Spirit Sect. From the beginning, this video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyright or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 176. Shriek Academy, which is neither in harmony with the outside world nor in harmony with the outside world. Chapter 177. Shriek Academy, not in harmony with each other in both face and heart. Inside the luxurious carriage, Xiaoyao saw clearly the man who was sitting with his legs crossed and looking at her with a teasing look under the halo mask. Xiaoyao's pretty eyebrows slightly knitted. Nian'an, however, calmly patted the seat beside him and motioned Xiaoyao to sit down. Seeing this, Xiaoyao's frown tightened even more. Like a kitten alert to strangers. I have saved. Hearing Nian'an's familiar opening remarks, Xiaoyao almost couldn't hold it in. Helplessly, she had to come to Nian'an's side and sit down. What do you want to do? Nian'an turned around and looked at Xiaoyao, slightly moving closer, and suddenly a special fragrance floated into her nose. Looking at Nian'an's halo mask face, Xiaoyao felt very uncomfortable and wanted to resist, but she had already admitted that she was his thing. If she resisted, she would slap herself in the face. Helpless, she could only freeze in place, frowning tightly, looking at Nian'an helplessly. Nian'an stretched out his hand and slowly smoothed the frown between Xiaoyao's eyebrows. I don't like you frowning. After smoothing the brows, Nian'an touched the hair tied into cat ears. It was quite soft. But there was still a gap between it and the real patches of the 9 cat girls in his palace. Xiaoyao lowered her head slightly, and her small ears gradually covered with red clouds. Seeing that the time was almost up, Nian'an spoke. I'm leaving. I can't bear to leave my fiancé, so come and see. Swish. Xiaoyao looked up instantly. Go. As soon as the word came out, it was instantly smothered. Stay with me, maybe, after a long time, we will have the opportunity to meet again. Xiaoyao didn't say anything, nor did she refuse, which was equivalent to directly agreeing. Shriek Academy. Oh, I thought you were so powerful, but you can't even handle a little girl. They don't even care about you, but you still try to get close to them. At the entrance of Shriek Academy. Looking at Daimubei squatting at the entrance of Shriek Academy, Nian'an's face was full of sarcasm. Swish. What did you say? I'm telling you, this is Shriek Academy, not your home, don't challenge my patience. Nian'an was very disdainful when she heard Daimubei's threat. Hey, what? You can't let people say anything when you are humiliated in front of others. After hearing Nian'an's disdainful words, Daimubei's forehead veins kept throbbing. I warn you, others are afraid of your 7 treasures glazed tile sect, but I am not. If you try to provoke me again, I will kill you. The angry Daimubei pointed at Nian'an. His face was ferocious, and it was obvious that he had reached the limit of his patience. Swish. Xiao surrounded them instantly. Shriek Academy had more men than women, and Nian'an was her roommate. Xiao would help no matter what. On the other side, seeing that there seemed to be a dispute here, Oscar and Tianxing also surrounded them. Hectares. Nian'an smiled in the face of Daimubei's life and death threat. She was full of disdain and slapped Daimubei's hand away. I'm so scared, so scared. Daimubei thought that Xiaoyao had cheated on him, so he was full of anger. In addition to Nian'an's repeated provocations, he couldn't control himself and couldn't help it instantly. I will kill you. Bang. Suddenly, a golden soul power surged out, and the soul power of the 37th level soul master burst out. Nian'an was caught off guard and was directly blown away by this domineering soul power. Wrong. Xiao was startled and stepped on the ground with her right leg. The next moment, she appeared behind Nian'an and held her. Hey. Tap, tap, tap. Daimubei gathered the golden soul power in his right hand and walked towards Nian'an and Xiao step by step. What do you want to do, evil-eyed lustful tiger? Is what Rong said wrong? Don't you just want to pursue Xiaoyao? Do you think you are worthy? Are you worthy of Xiaoyao? Xiao's questioning instantly resounded in Daimubei's mind. After hearing Xiao's words, Daimubei became even more angry. Whether I am worthy or not is none of your business, you dead rabbit, get out of here, or I will beat you too. Seeing that Xiao was involved in this matter, Tianxing, as Xiao's loyal licking dog, could not sit still instantly. Move, give me some face, let's forget about this today. Tianxing stood in front of Douluo Dalu. He thought that Douluo Dalu had a good relationship with him, at least he was polite every time he spoke, and gave priority to him. But what he didn't know was that the respect he received came from Xiaoyao, a 12-year-old soul master, who had attended the finals of the Continental Cup before. Wouldn't his brother be stronger than such a player? Who knew that today in the fighting spirit field, Douluo Dalu had seen Tianxing's true face? His face suddenly darkened. Great Soul Master, forget about the Great Soul Master, but also a blue-silver grass martial spirit. What's the difference between it and a waste martial spirit? Can it be compared with his top martial spirit, the white tiger? Bang! The next moment, a figure flew out in an instant. Give you face. What face do you have? Your face is my shoe insole. Bang! Tianxing fell to the ground, quickly covering his chest with a hideous face. Ahem, ahem, ahem. Xiao looked back at Tianxing lying on the ground. Although she felt secretly happy, she could not show it. She immediately stood up from her state of caring for Nian'an. Evil-eyed tiger, you were going too far. Tianxing on the ground raised his head. The long white legs and slender back were Xiao. Although it was quite embarrassing to do this. But, when he was injured, his sister could directly stand up and protect him. Isn't this a good story? Xiao, I'll help you. Seeing Xiao and Douluo Dalu confronting each other directly, Nian'an also stood up. Bang wang, 2 spirit rings appeared on her body, followed by a 7-story glazed small tower. Come on, you all come together. If I get scared today, I won't be named die. White tiger possession. In order to avoid the situation of being killed instantly by Xiao like last time, Douluo Dalu took the leaden spirit possession. HMPH, don't think I can't do anything to you just because you're possessed by your spirit this time. Xiao's purple spirit ring flashed instantly and appeared in front of Douluo Dalu. Bang! First spirit skill, white tiger body barrier. A layer of light golden barrier appeared in front of Douluo Dalu. Douluo Dalu didn't even make any defensive moves, and just relied on the defense of the first spirit ring to resist Xiao's attack. Douluo Dalu's eyes turned cold, and he grabbed Xiao's ankle and threw her far away. Xiao. 9 treasures turn out colored glaze. 9 treasures have a name, the second is speed. Seeing Xiao being thrown away, Nian'an's 7 treasures colored glaze tower immediately lit up. The second yellow spirit ring on her body flashed, and then a ray of light quickly shot into Xiao's body. Chapter 177 Street Brawl. Xiao is a sensitive attack type, Douluo Dalu is a strong attack type. Under normal circumstances, Xiao is definitely not Douluo Dalu's opponent. What's more, Douluo Dalu's soul power is much higher than Xiao's. But, Xiao now is obviously abnormal, because she has the support of an auxiliary soul master. The powerful support of the 7 treasures glazed pagoda directly increased Xiao's speed by more than 20%. Xiao's already fast speed is now even faster. Douluo Dalu can't catch Xiao at all. Hehe, stupid tiger, bark, keep barking, why don't you bark, weren't you barking happily before? Why don't you bark now? You were hit and your hands were on your head. Don't you know where your opponent is? Lulu. This is the consequence of messing with this girl. As soon as the voice fell, the first soul ring on Nian'an's body lit up instantly. The 9 treasures turn into glaze, and the 9 treasures have names, one of which is power. But another ray of light flew out from the tower in Nian'an's hand, and landed on Xiao's body the next moment. Xiao's originally fast attack gradually became more powerful. Bang bang bang. Xiao kicked 3 times in the air quickly, and the last kick directly kicked Douluo Dalu in the face. Douluo Dalu was kicked back instantly. Then he sat on the ground with his butt. Wahaha, clown, Douluo Dalu you big clown. In reality, you can't even catch up with a little girl. It's okay if you can't catch up. In the fighting spirit, you're a level 37 soul master, a strong attack system, and a martial soul like the white tiger. You can't beat a rabbit agile attack system soul master who has just broken through to the soul master not long ago. TSK if I were you, I would just choose to start my life over again, waste. Wow. Looking at Nian'an's smug face and crazy mocking expression, Douluo Dalu's face suddenly turned into the color of pig liver. Assholes, today, I want you all to. The murderous intent in Douluo Dalu's eyes was almost tangible. Xiaoyao, sausage. Oscar, who had been watching the show on the side, was stunned for a moment. No, Boss Dai, you don't want to eat Dai. Before he could finish, the rest of his words were instantly interrupted. I want to eat it now, don't talk so much nonsense. After saying that, Daimubai looked over with a fierce look. Oscar glanced at Daimubai, and then looked carefully at Xiao, Tang-san, and Nian'an not far away. Hey. In the end, Oscar sighed. I have a big sausage. A sausage appeared in Oscar's hand. Daimubai took the sausage and stuffed it into his mouth without any hesitation. The next moment, he stood up directly. Daimubai, you two men are really disgusting. How could you eat his sausage? You don't think that if you eat sausage, you will? Nian'an taunted with full force. The 7 treasures glazed her in her hand and the movements of her mouth did not stop for a moment, constantly taunting and attracting hatred. But this time, before she could finish, a figure flew out instantly. Second soul skill, White Tiger fierce like wave. Bang. Then she was also knocked away. It turned out that Daimubai quietly used his third soul skill, White Tiger transformation, while swallowing the sausage. At the moment when Xiao tried to get close to him again, he punched her away, and then without any hesitation, he chose to finish off Nian'an. Instantly killed everyone in the field. Hulu hulu. Killing like crazy, Daimubai was killing like crazy. Defeating Xiao and Nian'an was not enough, the attack posture was still there, and the target was the nearby Xiao. Tap tap tap. The sound of hurried footsteps resounded, and Daimubai's eyes were already blood red. Now, only blood and dead people can calm the anger in his heart. Daimubai raised his hand and the gold and soul power gathered. Seeing this scene, Oscar was shocked. Boss Dai, don't do it, don't kill anyone, this is a freshman. Freshman, don't do it. How could Daimubai listen to Oscar now? He didn't even turn his head and slapped Xiao fiercely. With this force and this soul power, if he really slapped her, the spicy rabbit's head would really be gone. No, Xiao. Tang-san shouted and ran towards Xiao. At the same time, his hands did not stop at all. In the palm of his left hand, a small hammer with dense thunder slowly condensed and appeared. Ah! Crack! Bang! Tang-san raised the hammer high, and the next moment he smashed it down heavily. Crack! A thunder streaked across the night sky. Bang! Tang-san and Daimubai were immediately blown away by a huge force. Daimubai's right hand twisted in a weird posture. Ah! My hand, my hand. My hand. Falling on the ground, Daimubai looked at his right hand in horror. A shrill scream suddenly resounded at the entrance of Shriek Academy. Suddenly, there was a commotion inside Shriek Academy. After a while, several Shriek teachers led by Flanders slowly walked out. Zhao, Teacher Zhao, what are you doing? On the other side, Oscar saw Zhaoji's now scarred body, and he was shocked and covered his mouth with his eyes wide open. What the hell is going on? Flanders looked at the scene at the entrance of the campus and the situation that Daimubai couldn't lift his right hand at all, and was completely stunned. On the other side, Zhu King slowly returned to Shriek Academy the next day as if nothing had happened. The next moment, Xiao and Nian'an surrounded her instantly. Hey, Dai, what's wrong with your hand? Why is it bandaged? Ma Hongjin came back from a night of listening to music in the brothel with a dusty air. As soon as he came back, he saw the injured Daimubai and the strange atmosphere in Shriek Academy. Ahem, it's okay. Don't mention what happened yesterday. If this problem happens again in the future, don't expect me to let you go so easily. Since Oscar, a food-type soul master in our team, has broken through to level 30, your teacher Zhao will take you to the Xingdou Great Forest to hunt soul beasts and obtain soul rings. And Nian'an at this time. Deep in the Xingdou Great Forest. This time, Nian'an did this after careful consideration. There is no other way. It is really too slow to break through the level of cultivating a single martial soul. If he continues to cultivate normally, he will not be able to break through the title in 5 or 6 years. Unfortunately, Nian'an doesn't want to wait. So, he decided to come to the Xingdou Great Forest to hunt a 100,000-year soul beast and break through the title in advance. Of course, there was also the reason that they wanted to provide the Soul Tower with a new 100,000-year soul ring. Your Majesty, we found it. We have found the Stardew Great Forest, the habitat of the 200,000-year soul beasts, but, hearing this, Nian'an stopped in his tracks. Speak. Hearing this, the Jin'e no longer hesitated. We seem to have seen people from the Spirit Hall, also in the depths of the Stardew Great Forest, looking for something. Chapter 178 Ma Hongjun is causing trouble. Chapter 179 Ma Hongjun is making trouble. People from Spirit Hall. Nian'an narrowed his eyes after hearing what Jinny Wei said. What are they doing in Xingdou Great Forest? Could it be that they are also targeting Deming and Ermin? So, can we intercept them? Nian'an did not feel any guilt for intercepting Spirit Hall again. Worried about the revenge of Spirit Hall. With the current strength of Deming Empire, there is no fear at all. Intercept, Nian'an loves to intercept. Watch them, and report to me when there is any big move. After giving the order casually, Nian'an began to walk around Xingdou Great Forest. It is said that Xingdou Great Forest is the most primitive forest in Douluo continent, and the air is quite good. Outside the Xingdou Great Forest, in the last hotel, take a look, Soul Hunting Team, led by Soul King level, kill those below 10,000 years. Soul Emperor Team, the last one, can hunt low 10,000 year soul beasts, start the car when you come. As soon as I walked into the hotel, all kinds of voices filled the air. Walking in the front, a strong man with a strong back and a short waist frowned. Hey, sir, this is the reception hall, it's normal to be noisy, we can go to the back, it's not noisy at all, it's even very quiet. A waiter saw the strong man who just walked in at the door and the 7 people behind him, his eyes lit up and he immediately came up. Okay. Although Xiaoyao was a little unhappy with such a chaotic and noisy environment, this was the last hotel, so he had no choice but to stay there. Once he entered the Xingdou Great Forest, he would have no chance to stay there. In the backroom restaurant, old students and new students each sat at a table. Xiaoyao orders the dishes, and I'll pay for all the consumption today. Oscar's eyes lit up after hearing Daimao Bai's words. Beside Daimao Bai, Ma Hongjun had a strange look in his eyes. He looked at Daimao Bai, and then at Tianxing, who was surrounded by 3 beauties at another table. Boss Dai, why don't we sit at the same table with the freshmen? You know, there are 3, at this point, Ma Hongjun kept winking. The meaning he revealed was already very obvious. If you want to go, go by yourself. I tell you, I won't cover the food for the table. Hearing the anger in Daimao Bai's tone, Ma Hongjun waved his hands quickly. No, let's not do it. I'm starving, order, hurry up and order. Seeing Ma Hongjun admitting his defeat, Daimao Bai glanced at his injured right arm. Fatty, you're the only one who talks too much. On the other side, Tianxing looked at Daimao Bai, Oscar, and Ma Hongjun next to him. He looked at his side again, and saw Xiaoyao, Zhu King and Nian'an standing up. He was about to ask for the meal, after all, he was the only man among the 3. It was impossible to let the other 2 girls, who had just met, or his sister Xiaoyao, pay for it, right? Xiao seemed to like these 2 classmates very much. If he really let them pay for it, he would definitely not know how much his position in Xiao's heart would drop. Swish. But just as he stood up, he hadn't said anything. Nian'an, who was wearing a blue long skirt, revealing a white calf, blue silk socks, leather boots, long hair tied behind her head, and decorated with a few gems and jades, stood up. It's okay, all the expenses of everyone today, not only this meal, but also the room fee, are all on me. After saying that, Nian'an patted her flat chest and looked in the direction of Daimao Bai proudly. What's the big deal about treating me to a meal? I'll even cover my accommodation. After hearing what Nian'an said next to him, Oscar's eyes lit up instantly. It's really nice for a few grown men to sit together and have someone treat them to a meal. But, not only is there someone treating them to a meal next to them, but there are also 3 beautiful women, which is simply taking off. Although the beautiful women are only accompanying you to eat, not to sleep, they are at least pleasing to the eyes, which is better than these grown men sitting together to eat, right? Hold on, fatty. Daimao Bai's left hand clenched into a fist instantly, and then loosened again after a while. I'll treat you to a foot wash later. Oh. Ma Hongjun's excited voice rang out instantly. Okay, this is good, I like people with a temperament like you, Dai boss. Hearing the dirty words from the next table, Nian'an frowned and turned her head away with disgust. Seeing this scene, Oscar wanted to stand up and leave the 2 people to avoid being misunderstood. He really didn't fool around with these 2 people. Oscar, what do you want to do? Seeing Oscar getting up, Daimao Bai narrowed his eyes, and without any hesitation, he slapped him on the shoulder. You don't really want to chase that woman, do you? Do you know where she comes from? Do you think you are worthy? Do you still think she thinks highly of you? Who doesn't know the famous 7 treasures glazed tile sect? Recalling Nine Wrong Wrong's mocking words to Douluo Dalu that night, Oscar's face turned blue and purple. Yes, why do I think I am worthy of her? No, that's not right, Boss Dai. I'm born with full soul power, and I will be the youngest food-type soul master on the continent in the future. I'm different from you. I don't have those little habits of yours. After hearing Oscar's words, Douluo Dalu's face became very ugly. So, you want to leave me and Ma Hongjin and join their group? Huh. No, I'm willing to stay for my brothers. After hearing Oscar's words, Douluo Dalu's gloomy face improved. Okay, you are worthy at being my good brother. Don't worry, I will let you feel the feeling of being a mantonite. After saying that, Douluo Dalu patted Oscar on the shoulder. Soon, the food came up one after another. Bang. At this moment, the door of the canteen was kicked open. A group of people in very neat school uniforms walked in slowly. When they walked in, they didn't even look at the road and pushed away the waiter who was blocking the way in front of them. Dang. My chicken leg. Ma Hongjin shouted angrily. The waiter who fell to the ground quickly got up. Sorry, sir, we will serve you another one right away. Bang. Douluo Dalu hammered the table with his left hand, glanced at the group of people, and said disdainfully. Little Kanyu College, you are so arrogant. After hearing what Douluo Dalu said, a group of people looked over. But Douluo Dalu didn't even raise his head. At this time, Ma Hongjin was looking angrily at the person who knocked off his chicken leg. His eyes suddenly fell on a girl in the crowd, and his eyes fixed instantly. Boss, there's a beauty. I want her tonight, I want her. Douluo Dalu looked up and glanced at her. Then he lowered his eyes. Your taste is pretty good this time. You go and negotiate, I'll pay the price, but I want to use it first. Pa. Ma Hongjin slapped his thigh. Okay, we're all brothers, I don't mind what you've used. After saying that, Ma Hongjin strode towards the person he liked. It's going to be a good show. On the other side, Nine Wrong Wrong's mouth curled up into a smile. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novel, as there you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 179. Xiao watching the show. Hey girl, how about 1000 gold soul coins for one night? Tonight, I'll give you 1000 gold soul coins as soon as tonight is over, no delay. 1000 gold soul coins can guarantee our normal monthly sales, right? Tonight, no matter whether it's a chicken, a dog, a sausage, or even a human, I'll marry you at dawn. Before Ma Hongjin finished speaking, a young man with acne on his face came over immediately. Hey, brother, are you sick? TM, this is my fiancé. Hearing this, Ma Hongjin was stunned, and then became more excited. Fiancé, that's even better, I'll talk to you, plus 500 gold soul coins. Tonight, whether it's or not, Ma Hongjin became more and more excited as he spoke, and didn't notice this man at all, and his face began to turn blue. Under the circumstances that Ma Hongjin didn't notice at all, a yellow soul ring floated up instantly. Bang. Ma Hongjin's fat body flew out of the crowd instantly. Bang. Crash. The tablet was shattered. Ouch, my face, fuck, my handsome face, bastard. Ma Hongjin slowly stood up from the broken table. His eyes were red, and it was obvious that he was beaten hard. Just after standing up, Ma Hongjin wanted to fight back directly. But when he saw the people surrounding him, he was stunned. Damn, Boss Dai, they are so many. Bang. Douluo Dalu slapped the table and stood up directly. Who dares to bully my brother? Roar. The next moment, a huge white tiger appeared, with yellow, purple, 3 soul rings. Swish. In an instant, the students of Kanyu Academy all retreated a long way. Yellow. After reacting, they were also possessed by martial spirits who were not convinced, but they were all the same 100-year soul rings, which was indeed a big difference from Douluo Dalu's 3 rings. 3 rings. Seeing the students of Kanyu Academy retreating in fear, Ma Hongjin was happy. Okay, you actually dared to attack this young master, I don't care, you must make compensation. Hihihi. Evil 5 Phoenix. As a burst of scorching temperature descended, 2 yellow soul rings slowly rose on Ma Hongjin's body. After the martial spirit possessed him, Ma Hongjin looked at the person who hit him. I tell you, there is no money left. Not only that, I want your fiancé too. Otherwise, all of you stay here for me. Didn't you feel humiliated before? Now I tell you, even if you don't give me money, your fiancé will still have to endure and experience it, and you can only watch from the side. Wowla. The crowd retreated one after another until they retreated to a stool. There was a middle-aged man wearing glasses sitting on the stool. Old teacher, they are bullying too much. You must make the decision for us. Hearing the words, Ezekiel, the teacher of Kanui Academy who had been watching all the time, slowly stood up. Originally, he didn't want to intervene in this matter. After all, it was a bit unreasonable for a teacher to get involved in a fight between children. Originally, he wanted to rely on his students to suppress Daimubai and Ma Hongjin by relying on their numbers. But now it is obvious that Daimubai and his students are not normal. They have reached the Soul Master level at a young age. If they really fight, his students will suffer. There is no other way, so he, the teacher, has to step in. It is really embarrassing to think about it. They are all Soul Masters, but his students can't beat others. Where are you from? In order to avoid provoking someone who shouldn't be provoked, Ezekiel still asked. Hearing this, Ma Hongjin's face was full of arrogance. From Shriek Academy. Shriek Academy. Hearing this unfamiliar word, Ezekiel was relieved. What a shitty academy, I've never heard of it. Hearing this, Daimubai glanced at Ezekiel with disdain. That's because you are ignorant. Hearing that he was angrily scolded by a young man, Ezekiel was a little angry, but when he calmed down, he didn't want to cause trouble. Apologize to my student, and this feud ends here. Bang. Hearing this, Ma Hongjin was instantly furious. What does it mean? Apologize to him yourself. It was me who was beaten, okay? Asshole, listen to me, listen to whether you are talking human words. I was the one who was beaten. Do I need to apologize to your student? I'm telling you, today your student, yes, what are you looking at, is your fiancé. If you don't come to accompany me, you are not allowed to leave. Swish. At this time, among the 4 people who were eating at the next table, Tianxing couldn't stand it anymore and stood up. In my opinion, forget it, Ma Hongjin, don't make it too big. Tianxing was afraid that this matter would get bigger and bigger, and Zhouji disappeared as soon as he entered the hotel for some reason. Tianxing was afraid that this matter would get bigger and bigger, and Daimubai and the others couldn't beat the teacher on the other side, and he couldn't cover it up. Xiao-san, don't worry about them, fight. If you don't fight, I really look down on you. Seeing that the fight was about to start, Tianxing also intervened. Xiao was furious. Approaching the Stardew Great Forest, Xiao felt in her heart that she was at home. After not being home for so long, the gloom accumulated in her heart was swept away. Besides, the person on the other side was Daimubai, and if they fought, it would be better for Daimubai to be beaten up. Xiao-san, you don't know, Aldine said that those who dare not cause trouble are mediocre, so don't be afraid. Ma Hongjin was full of pride. Ma Hongjin, why did you say so much to him? Looking at his aching right hand, Daimubai's eyes flashed with a haze. If you want to fight, just fight, don't talk so much nonsense. After hearing what Daimubai said, Ezekiel narrowed his eyes. Where is your teacher? Our teacher, you don't deserve to know. After hearing this, Ezekiel instantly got angry. Even a clay figure would have some temper, not to mention the director of foreign affairs of Kanui Academy, a dignified soul king. Since your teacher dare not come out, I will teach you a lesson on his behalf. Let's go outside. It's too small here to show our skills. Humph. Just go. Am I afraid of you? Seeing a group of people walking outside, Nian'an kept winking at the dinner table. Go, and have a look. Upon hearing this, Zhu King looked over, her eyes flashing with impatience. She had already given up on Daimubai. Are you still going to help them? Nian'an said immediately upon hearing this. Of course not, I just want to see how badly they will be beaten. Upon hearing this, Xiao also raised her eyebrows. Then, walk. Tianxing frowned upon seeing this. Wouldn't this be a bit bad? Xiao and Nian'an didn't consider his feelings at all. Seeing that Xiao and Nian'an had gone, Zhu King hesitated for a while, but still followed them. Bang. Ah. Just as he walked out of the door, a golden figure flew out instantly. Damn it, if I hadn't been injured, I would have killed you, a turtle bastard. Xiaoyao, sausage. Chapter 180 The Divided Shriek Academy. Chapter 181. Shriek Academy Split. I have a big sausage. Oscar's yellow 100-year soul ring flashed, and the next moment a sausage appeared in his hand. Boss die. Daimoobai took the sausage and stuffed it into his mouth, and 3 soul rings of yellow, and purple slowly fell down. Come again. First soul skill, white tiger fierce like wave. Seeing Daimoobai rushing up again, Ma Hongjin couldn't sit still. Boss die, I'll help you. First soul skill, phoenix fireline. Lee. Ma Hongjin's mouth instantly spit out a mouthful of red flames, burning towards Yiziki, who was possessed by the martial spirit in front of him. HMPH. I'll let you know what it means to respect your elders. Tread. Yiziki took a step forward, and the ground was frozen immediately. 5 soul rings of white, yellow, purple, and purple slowly fell down from his body. First soul skill, black turtle possession. The white soul ring on Yiziki's body began to flicker slowly, and then the green tortoise shell on his body began to glow. Bang! The white tiger fierce like wave arrived instantly. The moment the light hit Yiziki only felt his body numb, but that was all. There was no movement to make him take a half step back. As for Ma Hongjin's phoenix fire line, Yiziki simply ignored it. He let the flames burn on his body without fear. Because his ice attribute completely defeated Ma Hongjin's fire attribute. Next, it's my turn. Under Yiziki's tortoise shell, the lenses of his eyes reflected a little light. The next moment, the second soul ring on his body slowly rose. Second soul skill, Xuanbing freeze. Zora. Suddenly a burst of white cold air surged out, and Ma Hongjin, who was closest to Yiziki, had no time to react and was instantly frozen. Second soul skill, white tiger bodyguard. Zora. The yellow soul ring on his body had just risen and the Ganki appeared, but Daimoobai helplessly found that his body had been frozen. Third soul mixing skill, Xuanzui agitation. Bang. Wow. Ma Hongjin and Daimoobai flew backwards, and after falling to the ground, they spit out a mouthful of blood. Damn it, what should we do now, boss? Daimoobai's right hand was injured, and now he is fine, but the wound on his body is even worse, and his face is ugly. He failed to show off and was fucked. Now he is fine, and he has lost face. Oscar, go and ask for Teacher Xiao. There is no other way. Now Daimoobai can only ask Oscar, the only one who is not injured and standing on their side, to ask for help. Haha, I asked you to go find your teacher before, but you didn't. Now you think about it, isn't it a little late to go find him? Ma Hongjin immediately got angry when he heard this. You turtle bastard, what are you barking about? Do you think you really won? We Shriek Academy people haven't lost yet. Thinking of this, Ma Hongjin immediately looked behind. Tang-san, Xiao, Zhu King, 9 wrong, what are you still standing there for? We all prosper together, and we all suffer together. We are all from the same academy. You don't want to stay out of it, do you? Seeing that Ma Hongjin wanted to drag her down, 9 wrong couldn't sit still. Fatty, please watch your words. Although we are from Shriek Academy, we are not familiar with each other. I don't have friends who want to tease other people's fiancés and make trouble for no reason. After hearing what 9 wrong said, Ma Hongjin was angry. 9 wrong, what do you mean by this? Yiziki laughed. He hadn't made a move yet, and the shitty Shriek Academy actually started to fight among itself. This is simply a joke. It seems that not all of you Shriek Academy are scum. Isn't there anyone who understands things? Yiziki seemed to praise 9 wrong and the others, but in fact he was secretly criticizing the students taught by Shriek Academy for their bad morals. My students from Shriek Academy, it's not your turn to point fingers at your little Kangyue Academy. At this moment, a strong voice rang out. Downstairs, a figure slowly jumped down. The man was strong and short, but he carried a strong aura. Yiziki, who originally wanted to teach Daimoobai and Ma Hongjin a lesson, was stunned. Hey there, teacher. Do you know that your student asked my student's Fuan to sleep with her in front of her? Do you know that this is an insult to my student's personality? Hearing this, Xiaoji twisted his head, pinched his ears, and looked indifferent. Come, apologize to them. Hearing this, Daimoobai and Ma Hongjin, who had just gotten up, were stunned. They were stunned. They really didn't expect that Xiaoji would ask them to apologize. Teacher, didn't you say? Xiaoji's brows suddenly gathered. I told you to apologize. The next moment, Xiaoji's serious voice rang out. Hearing Xiaoji's serious voice and his dark face, Daimoobai and Ma Hongjin trembled. Mr. Xiao, we apologize now. After saying that, Daimyo and Ma Hongjin hurried to the girl and bowed to apologize. No matter whether it was sincere or not, it was an apology anyway. Are you satisfied now? After hearing Xiaoji's words, Yizikyo nodded with satisfaction. Not bad, since there is nothing else. Then without waiting for Yizikyo to finish his words, Xiaoji interrupted him forcefully the next moment. Since your problem has been solved, let's solve our problem now. After hearing Xiaoji's words, Yizikyo was stunned. What do you mean? If my students behave badly, I will teach them myself. It is not someone else's turn to educate them, let alone beat them. Now my students are injured in the fight with you. Don't you think you should give me a reasonable explanation? Snap. Yizikyo's face darkened instantly. It was your own students who started the fight first. Xiaoji shrugged, with a cold smile on his face. I don't care about that. I just know that you hurt my students. After hearing Xiaoji's words, Ma Hongjin and Daimyo's eyes lit up. Beat him to death, Teacher Xiao. Ma Hongjin even started to make a noise. It seems that you have to fight me again. As soon as Yizikyo finished speaking, he instantly put on the fighting spirit starting posture. Fight me, am I afraid of you? Xiaoji took a step down, and 7 soul rings of yellow, purple, black, 2 yellow, 2 purple and 3 black slowly fell. Suddenly, a powerful pressure spread. The scene instantly fell silent. Everyone in Kangyue Academy was stunned. They stared at the 7 spirit rings under Xiaoji with wide eyes in disbelief. Come on, I'll give you 7 spirit rings. As soon as the voice fell, Xiaoji's figure flashed and disappeared from the spot. When he appeared again, he was already in front of Yizikyo. Bang! The next moment, a huge slab fell, and the glasses flew out. There was a guy named Zikyo in the past. He punched Mubai and stepped on Hongjun. When Xiaoji came, the lenses of his glasses shattered to the ground. In the living room lobby. After Xiaoji vented all his anger on Yizikyo, he summoned the Shriek students. Looking at the team standing on both sides, with old students and new students standing on each side, Xiaoji was overwhelmed. Tang-san, Xiao, 9 wrong, Zhu King, what are you doing? Are you watching your classmates being beaten? Tang-san covered his head helplessly. He knew it would be like this. Chapter 181 Three-Eyed Golden Lion. Chapter 182 Three-Eyed Golden Lion. In the deepest part of the Xingdou Great Forest, a thing, less than 1 meter tall, covered with golden hair, with amber crystal all over its body, full of shining texture, slightly like a lion, but with 4 claws like a dragon, a red gem between its eyebrows, and a soul beast stepping on auspicious clouds, slowly poked its head out from the bushes. Whoosh whoosh. It raised its beautiful nose and sniffed the breath it sensed carefully. After a while, its eyes lit up and it ran forward excitedly. Voila! The next moment, the water surface behind it exploded directly, and a soul beast with a pair of huge horns, a bull head and a snake body suddenly poked its head out. Second brother. Buzz buzz buzz. The next moment, the earth trembled, and the trees were pushed to the sides by the powerful force. After a while, a huge human-shaped soul beast with countless red lava cracks on its body rushed from a distance. Roar. This is a gorilla, a gigantic gorilla. Go, find her, don't let her get into trouble. Recently, many powerful humans have appeared in the Xingdou Great Forest. As long as they don't touch her, try not to have conflicts. Roar. With a long roar, this huge gorilla disappeared in the countless wood in the blink of an eye. Tap tap tap. The huge movement instantly attracted the attention of countless powerful soul masters in the deep forest. Your Majesty, the King of the Forest, Titan Giant Ape, has appeared, and the group of people from the Spirit Hall have also made a move. Hearing this, Nian'an instantly sat up from lying on his beautiful legs, eating barbecue. King of the Forest? That monkey? Not really. It's just a jumping clown, but, if the Spirit Hall wants it, I think we can intervene. Of course, Nian'an didn't have to go against the Spirit Hall, mainly because the Spirit Hall didn't know what was good for him and had a rebellious nature. The Continental Cup is a good example. The first Continental High-Level Soul Master Academy competition was held in the Ming Empire and it was a big success. The Spirit Hall, having earned enough fame and reputation, went to the Xingluo Empire for the second time and directly kicked the Ming Empire. The Continental Cup organized by Nian'an surpassed the Soul Master Academy competition organized by the Spirit Hall, so the Spirit Hall tried every means to get involved. They threw coins, all of which were gold soul coins. The most unacceptable thing for Nian'an was that they entered the Continental Cup through the Ming Empire Channel. Tell me, what does the Spirit Hall want to do? They are rebellious. So, Nian'an also decided to make things difficult for them. Outside the Xingdou Great Forest. Bustling. Shriek Academy was struggling to walk at this time. Yesterday, because of disunity, Xiaoyao directly hung them up in the middle of the night. I was still a little dazed when I woke up this morning. Come on. Xiaoyao saw this and immediately said loudly. Hiss. 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 At this moment, a series of strange sounds suddenly sounded. Zhu King, get on the tree. After hearing Tang San's words, Zhu King did not hesitate at all, and directly possessed the spirit, and climbed up the tree in 2 or 3 steps. It's a snake. Purple, more than 6 meters. Hearing this, Tang San narrowed his eyes. Xiaoyao, you're lucky, this is a 1,000-year-old phoenix-tailed coxcomb snake. Xiaoyao turned his head and glanced at Tang San. You're not bad, since you know this soul beast, then you will organize this hunt. Okay. Hearing this, Tang San began to arrange the standing position. Not good, it seems to have sensed our breath and wants to avoid it to the side. After hearing Zhu King's words, Tang San looked at Xiaoyao. Xiaoyao. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. With the sound of breaking through the air, Xiao used her teleportation spirit skill to directly cross the distance and appeared in front of the phoenix-tailed cockatiel. Hey! With a loud roar, the high-heeled shoes stepped down heavily in an instant. Hiss. The phoenix-tailed cockatiel, feeling the pain, had no choice but to turn to the predetermined track. I'm waiting for you. Tang San narrowed his eyes turned purple, and slowly stretched out his right hand. First spirit skill, blue-silver grass entanglement. Mahongjin. Swish. A pale yellow spirit ring rose from Mahongjin's body, and the flames instantly covered the phoenix-tailed cockatiel's entire body. The scorching heat immediately made the phoenix-tailed cockatiel struggle fiercely. Move eye. Looking at Tang San, Daimu Bai's eyes flashed with a haze. Just as he took a step forward, the manic phoenix-tailed cockatiel directly flipped Daimu Bai with its tail. Bang. Ah. Daimu Bai screamed and flew backwards. One wrong step led to another. Seeing Daimu Bai fail to suppress the phoenix-tailed cockatiel in time, Tang San became anxious. Due to the burning of Mahongjin's flame, the blue-silver grass became brittle, and the phoenix-tailed cockatiel broke free from the control of the blue-silver grass and ran away. Oh no, it's going to run away. Crack. Seeing that the phoenix-tailed cockatiel was about to escape, a figure instantly fell from the sky. Fourth soul skill, tracking and positioning. Bang. After a while, the phoenix-tailed cockatiel became a dying state. What's going on? What's wrong with you? Move eye. Xiaoyao was furious. So many people, 2 soul masters, couldn't even deal with a 1,000-year soul beast. It looked good in the front, but it was broken when Daimu Bai came. One wrong step led to another step. If it weren't for me to cover it, the soul beast would have run away long ago. Zhao, teacher Zhao. This is not my problem. After saying that, Daimu Bai instantly looked at Tang San. It's you, it must be you. You clearly know that I was injured, and it was because of you that I was injured, but you still gave me the most important and crucial finale. Do you want to make me look bad in front of so many people? Hearing this, Tang San was stunned for a moment. No, I'm really sorry, I just thought that you have the highest spirit power. Bang. Daimu Bai pushed Tang San hard with his left hand. Yes, I have the highest spirit power. Are you happy to lose to you, a great spirit master? Just as they were arguing fiercely, Xiao, who was watching the show from the back, was suddenly bitten by a huge lion head. Woo woo ah 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 ah. The scream immediately attracted the attention of others. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. At this moment, several people wearing the clothes of the spirit hall slowly appeared. The Pope has ordered, catch it. Xiao. Tang San was shocked, but before he could react, the sky behind them suddenly darkened. Xiaoyao looked up in horror. This is the king of the forest, the titan giant ape. Gong. Everyone looked up in horror, watching the huge gorilla suddenly appear in the sky. Kids, run. 7th soul skill, spirit true body. Roar. The next moment, a giant bear appeared, but it was still much smaller than the huge gorilla. In the sky, Nian'an looked ahead at what the spirit hall was chasing. Xiao, a transformed 100,000-year-old soul beast. At this moment, a golden light appeared. Wait, that's not right. At the moment when this golden light appeared, a golden dragon pattern slowly condensed on Nian'an's forehead. This appearance, this golden auspicious power, and, what's the matter with this damn sense of fate? Damn, this guy can't be the auspicious beast three-eyed golden lion. Chapter 182 I didn't say you can die. Chapter 183 I didn't say you can die. It shouldn't be like this, why would it appear here now? This is totally out of common sense. If Nian'an guessed correctly, this three-eyed golden lion should have been born after Tianxing, the first son of destiny in Douluo continent, ascended to the god realm as the beast of destiny of soul beasts, representing the rise of the Stardew Great Forest. How could it be possible? How could it be born in advance and appear? Nian'an didn't understand. But at this moment, the golden dragon pattern on Nian'an's forehead flickered slightly, and a strong sense of attraction made Nian'an look into the distance involuntarily. It was the three-eyed golden lion again. Could it be because of me? It was born in advance because of me. Thinking of the golden dragon power that awakened inexplicably in my body after I broke through my cultivation many years ago. As the human emperor, Nian'an himself has the blessing of destiny. As the emperor among soul beasts, it is not impossible for the three-eyed golden lion auspicious beast to sense that it was born in response to the calamity. But why? To be honest, Nian'an didn't want to have too much involvement with soul beasts before he became a god. Of course, if he cooperated with the soul beasts for greater power and higher status after becoming a god, Nian'an would have nothing to blame. But now, your majesty, it's Miss Zhu King, they seem to be in danger. Hearing this, Nian'an lowered his head silently. Below, in front of the huge titan ape, there was a giant bear, and the huge black 10,000-year soul ring kept shining. It was obvious that this giant bear was a human martial spirit. Behind this bear martial spirit, there were 6 boys and girls. Tianxing Kingdom, I don't care what grudges you two have, suppress them now and go out first. After a serious rebuke, Xiaoyao looked forward with awe at Daimubei and Tianxing, who were just arguing fiercely. Respected king of the forest, we have no intention of offending you. If this is your territory, we will withdraw now. After hearing Xiaoyao's words, the huge titan ape slowly lowered its head. The tip of the nose kept moving, as if it was sniffing something. Ah! No, don't. Roar. The next moment, not far behind them, a series of strange voices rang out. Hey, I didn't expect there would be a surprise today. Let's see where you two can run. Hearing the familiar voice from behind, Tianxing's pupils shrank fiercely, and he didn't care about reason or his own danger. He only knew that Xiao was in danger and urgently needed his help. If he couldn't appear beside Xiao in time, it was very likely that Xiao. Swish. Hearing the word Xiao, the titan giant ape's red eyes condensed instantly, and 2 streams of white smoke slowly spit out of the tip of his nose, and his breathing became rapid instantly. Due to the huge body of the titan giant ape, from its perspective, it can just see. The moment it sensed the girl's breath and the three-eyed golden lion, the titan ape could no longer sit still. Both the three-eyed golden lion and Xiao were very important to it. Damn humans, dared to touch them. Bang. 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 The titan ape suddenly raised his fist and smashed it into his chest frantically, making a bang 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 sound. Roar. Seeing the titan ape, who was originally very calm, suddenly became extremely irritable for some reason, Xiaoyao knew that he should take action. Otherwise, he and his students might really stay here forever. Powerful better palm. Tianxing, Bai, take the others away. The moment Xiaoyao finished speaking, Tianxing's ghost shadow was activated and he quickly left in the direction where Xiao was captured. He didn't care about his classmates. He left in almost the blink of an eye. The current Shriek Academy is not as united as in the original novel. Seeing the impending disaster, all of them chose to leave. The titan ape had already sensed the call of the three-eyed golden lion and Xiao. If it weren't for this group of damned humans, thinking of this, the anger in its eyes instantly became real. It suddenly raised its right fist. Bang. As the fist fell heavily, Xiaoyao was pressed hard under the ground. The ground collapsed, and the Shriek students who had no time to retreat were instantly blown away by the powerful air wave. Ah! Get up! Under the ground, Xiaoyao had not given up. He struggled to stand up against the titan ape's fist. Bang! Bang bang! Yellow, purple, blab, blab, 7 soul rings flashed, but a mere soul cent was nothing but an ant in front of this huge soul beast. The angry Titan ape exerted a little force again, directly pressed Xiaoyao, and punched him away. Then, he raised his left hand and instantly smashed towards 5 of the Shriek people. No, no. Nine Rongrong's eyes widened. No, I don't want to die, Kwa is still waiting for me. Ma Hongjin screamed miserably. I can't accept it, I can't die in this barren star forest. Daimu Bai opened his eyes and recalled his life in his mind. I haven't become a soul master yet. Oscar's voice was unwilling. In mid-air, Zhu King widened her eyes fixed on the fist that was quickly crushing towards her not far away. Die, just die like this. Ha, ridiculous, in the end, I still couldn't get rid of my fate. Turning his head, Zhu King saw the terrified Daimu Bai, his eyes were full of unwillingness. In her mind, she kept recalling that he had fled the Xingluo Empire, abandoned her, and forced her to face the cruelty of the Xingluo Empire alone. She came to find him, but he lived a carefree life with women on his left and right. Ha, Zhu King, wake up. In his eyes, there has never been you, never. But, in the end, she still didn't say that sentence to him and regained her freedom. Zhu King's eyes flashed with resentment, unwillingness and disgust, and then gradually calmed down, as if she accepted her unwilling life without the slightest resistance. I didn't say you can die. Emperor Sword Dragon King's true body. Just when Zhu King fell into despair, a golden beam of light suddenly fell from the sky and blocked her directly. Then Zhu King felt that her fallen body fell into a hardened warmed chest. Look up. Under the golden light, this person fell from the sky, covered with golden light, sacred. Bang. At this moment, the huge fist of the Titan giant ape arrived instantly. With a loud bang, a series of roars suddenly rang out from all directions, with this place as the center. Roar. Bang, bang, bang. Due to the recoil of the force, the Titan ape staggered and retreated backwards. Remember, I saved your life. Before I allow you to die, you are not allowed to die. The golden light began to slowly fade away, and Zhu King finally saw the person holding her clearly. She couldn't see the face of this person, because he was wearing a halo mask on his face. Chapter 183 Shock the Titan Ape. Although the mask was covering her, the moment Zhu King saw this person, her heart, which had been determined to die, suddenly came back to life. Is it him? Is it him? Although Zhu King was asking, she had already made up her mind. At this time, besides him, who else would risk his life? Who would be so shameless to tell herself that he had saved your life? Your life is mine, and you are not allowed to die without my permission. Fortunately, it was only him. The sudden situation made everyone in Shriek stunned. They all looked up, and then squinted their eyes in an instant. It was dazzling, it was simply too dazzling. After slowly adapting, everyone saw the light in the air slowly descending. Zhu King. Nine Rongrong was the first to notice the abnormality. Someone hugged Zhu King, and this person, he was wearing a golden dress, with a halo mask on his face, and he looked sacred from head to toe. Of course, what was strange was not the strange attire of this person, but the strong aura that this person carried, which could even overwhelm the Titan ape. At this moment, a series of rapid panting sounds suddenly rang out. Xiaoyao hurried over. When he saw the situation in front of him clearly, he did not hesitate at all, suppressed the discomfort in his body, and saluted. Senior. Thank you for your help, Senior. I, Xiaoyao, will definitely bring our team to thank you when I return to Shriek Academy. Nian'an did not even turn his head when he heard it. Shriek Academy. To thank you. Sorry, he really did not intend to save other people from Shriek Academy. It's just that Zhu King is here, otherwise, Nian'an would not even look at other people. If you don't want to save, you don't want to save. Although it was other people from Shriek Academy who were accidentally saved, Nian'an did not accept this gift. I'm not here to save you. In his arms, Zhu King suddenly opened her eyes. What he meant was, so what does the senior mean is that you are here to save Zhu King? Nine Rongrong asked curiously. Swish. In Nian'an's arms, Zhu King's face suddenly turned red. The tips of her ears turned red. Her small body began to twist uncomfortably. Why is it so difficult for me to let you take out your hands? In his arms, Zhu King's body stiffened. She raised her head carefully. From this distance and this angle, Zhu King saw the pair of eyes that looked like stars under the halo mask. Eternal, lonely, domineering and unparalleled. These were a pair of eyes that seemed to be above all living beings. In an instant, Zhu King was stunned. Originally, Zhu King thought that the person under the mask was a person with a childish temper, cynical, and particularly fond of making trouble. But looking at this posture, something was wrong. Roar, roar, roar. At this moment, angry roars rang out. The angry Titan ape glared at the human in front of him. Just now he was almost knocked down by his own strength. And the culprit was this man. Facing the Titan ape's roar, Nian'an remained calm and held the person in his arms tightly. But his aura suddenly changed. But red, 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 gold, gold, gold. 5 red and 3 gold, 8 rings sold Douluo. In front of him, the Dragon Emperor sword seemed to sense the owner's emotions and began to change its shape instantly. The moment the dragon pattern on Nian'an's forehead was lit up, the Dragon Emperor sword began to transform into a lifelike 5-clawed golden dragon. At the same time, Nian'an's body also changed a lot. The most obvious thing was that his hands had been transformed into dragons. Groan. Leave, or die. In an instant, a strong pressure, with Nian'an as the center, instantly spread in all directions. Thump, bang. The Titan giant ape hurriedly retreated, feeling a great threat rushing straight into its heart. It had a feeling that if it really fought with the human in front of it, it would die. At this moment, a large group of people were quietly waiting in the forest behind Nian'an. As long as the Titan giant ape dared to mess around, today would be the day of its burial. Human, you'd better not be in the same group with them, otherwise, even if it costs me my life, I will fight you. With the Titan giant ape's huge body and powerful perception, it naturally saw the crowd of the Ming Empire behind it. In the end, helplessly, facing the humans who were obviously far superior to its own strength, the Titan giant ape still retreated. I have nothing to do at the Spirit Hall. The Titan giant ape looked at Nian'an deeply, and slowly retreated, faster and faster. Almost in the blink of an eye, it disappeared in the forest in an instant. Quickly chased in the direction where the 3-eyed golden lion and Xiaoyao were being hunted. Soul, the soul beast has spoken. This Titan giant ape soul beast has an IQ that is obviously not inferior to that of humans, and it can actually speak. Could it be that its actual age has reached 100,000 years? 3 words appeared in the hearts of everyone present. But, even such a powerful soul beast, the king of the 100,000-year forest, was actually shot and retreated by the one in front of him. However, seeing the soul ring on this person's body, everyone in Shriek was silent. Zhu King also covered her mouth in shock. Zhu King knew that Nian'an's identity was not simple. He might be a soul master like herself, with a high level of strength. But she never thought that Nian'an's strength would be so strong. Collect. Nian'an raised his hand, and the soul ring and martial soul all returned to his body. Now, can you come down? After hearing Nian'an's words, Zhu King was stunned, and then quickly jumped away from Nian'an. Handsome, so handsome. He can pick up girls with one hand and scare off a 100,000-year-old spirit beast with the other hand. This is simply my dream idol. The embarrassed Ma Hongjin looked at Nian'an with envy. Wait, why do I feel so familiar with this person? Have I seen him somewhere? Oscar pondered and always felt that there was an inexplicable sense of familiarity with Nian'an. Daimyo Bai's face was gloomy, and his fists were clenched tightly together. He was Zhu King's fiancé, so what was the point of him hugging and kissing others like this? Daimyo Bai felt that his green hat was getting bigger and bigger. Nine Rongrong looked at Nian'an's martial soul and spirit ring that were taken back, as well as the halo mask on his face, and the faintly flickering dragon pattern on his golden robe, and slowly fell into deep thought. I have something to do. I'm leaving first. Looking at the direction where the Titan ape left, Nian'an narrowed his eyes, took a last look at Zhu King, and then his figure turned into a golden light and disappeared. Zhu King took a step forward, stretched out her hand, and wanted to say something, but in the end she didn't say it. Originally, Nian'an shouldn't have stopped to save Shriek's people. But with Zhu King there, Nian'an stopped. Now, the good show has just begun. The 3-eyed golden lion is a lucky beast, equivalent to the son of luck among humans, and this son of luck is related to the development of the Stardew Great Forest in the next 10,000 years. If this is captured by the Spirit Hall, or dies in the hands of the Spirit Hall, then this show will be interesting. It is inevitable that the Stardew Great Forest will launch a beast tide. Nian'an is curious whether the ferocious beasts will also wake up in advance, then Douluo continent will be lively. Now the strength of the human soul masters in Douluo continent seems to be difficult to withstand the impact of the ferocious beasts. Chapter 184. Spirit Hall captures the three-eyed golden lion. Chapter 185. The Spirit Hall captures the three-eyed golden lion. Outside the Douluo Great Forest. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. With the sound of breaking through the air, a soul beast with golden hair kept shuttling through the woods. On the back of this golden-haired soul beast, there was a girl wearing a light pink short skirt and white silk long legs. Auspicious beast, three-eyed golden lion, how come you are outside the Douluo Great Forest? Where are Ming and Derming? Why didn't they protect you? After hearing Xiao's 3 consecutive questions, the three-eyed golden lion slowly turned his head and rubbed Xiao intimately. At the same time, he also conveyed his meaning. Because, sensed my existence. The current Douluo Great Forest is not like the Douluo Great Forest 10,000 years later. At this time, the fierce beasts are still devouring the energy of the Tianxing silkworm, or they're still sleeping. Even a 100,000-year soul beast is pitifully rare. Before, there were Xiao's mother and Xiao, but unfortunately, Xiao's mother was hunted and was rescued and taken away by Nian'an. After that, Xiao turned into a human form again. The remaining 100,000-year soul beasts are only the 100,000-year-old azure bull python and the titan giant ape. These 2 are old straight men who have lived for more than 100,000 years. How can they understand the mind of the three-eyed golden lion? Compared with these 2, the three-eyed golden lion still likes Xiao and Xiao very much. Look, the first time it sensed that Xiao returned to the Douluo Great Forest, the three-eyed golden lion ran directly from the depths of the Douluo Great Forest to the periphery. It's just that a little accident happened, and it was discovered by the people at the Spirit Hall halfway. You shouldn't come out. Even if you sense my existence, do you know how much danger this will bring you? Xiao carefully touched the head of the auspicious beast three-eyed golden lion. Seeing this, the three-eyed golden lion turned his head arrogantly. He, let's see where you 2 run. At this moment, in the woods behind, a series of laughter instantly rang out. Xiao shuddered instantly. This laughter, before Xiao could react, a yellow soul ring behind her instantly lit up. Giant ghost hand. Swish. The huge ghost hand instantly extended without limit, grabbing the three-eyed golden lion and Xiao accurately. Not good, auspicious beast. Sizzle. The three-eyed golden lion seemed to sense Xiao's call, and immediately inserted its limbs into the ground fiercely, making a sharp turn and turning to the right. Bang. The huge ghost hand smashed on the ground, and the earth shattered instantly. Among the countless dust, a black figure was the first to break through the smoke and dust. You can't escape. Sizzle. Then came the countless people in uniform behind him. The leader instantly disappeared into the darkness and quickly got close to the three-eyed golden lion and Xiao. Swoosh. The three-eyed golden lion was still dodging, and every jump could accurately keep a safer distance from the shadow behind. Xiao looked at the scenes that were gradually becoming familiar around her, and suddenly a bad premonition came to her mind. Wait, this is a lucky beast. The area ahead is where humans live. We have to go back, otherwise there will be no chance of survival. Hearing this, the auspicious beast three-eyed golden lion narrowed its pupils fiercely. The people chasing them were behind them, and they had no way to retreat, even though they knew that the area ahead was likely to be where humans lived. If he took Xiao out like this, he would most likely be captured by humans, but the three-eyed golden lion had no other choice. There was still a glimmer of hope in front. Behind, the three-eyed golden lion could sense that the person behind was the strongest human being. If he fell into its hands, both Xiao and he would die. Since they were all going to die anyway, why didn't he give it a try? If he won, he could still live. If he lost, it was just a word of death anyway. After a while, a huge hotel in front of the three-eyed golden lion slowly came into view. The three-eyed golden lion's eyes gradually became serious, and in the end, it had reached the level of determination. Bangla! The three-eyed golden lion jumped high, jumped directly onto the second floor of the hotel, and broke into the window. Where are you running? Seeing the three-eyed golden lion break into the restaurant, the people who were chasing him behind him didn't hesitate at all and flew in directly. Bang! Hiss! Roar! With an angry roar, a golden beam of light shot out violently. In the darkness, a figure was forced out. La la! Everyone in the hotel fell silent and looked at the second floor in confusion. Seeing this, a man wearing a black and white waiter shirt narrowed his eyes and slowly walked towards the door that made the strange sound. Bang! Before the waiter could open the door, the next moment, the door was kicked open. The waiter was suddenly rushed away and fell directly from the second floor to the first floor. Bang! Ah! My waist! Crash! Roar! The next moment, with a violent roar, everyone who was eating on the first floor saw a lion with golden hair all over the body, which was very majestic at first glance, leaping down from the sky. Swish swish swish. Everyone was shocked in an instant, and they were not shocked by how a soul beast appeared here. This hotel was built on the outskirts of the Xingdou Great Forest. Although it was on the outskirts, soul beasts occasionally broke into the hotel by mistake. This was a common thing. What was abnormal was that on the back of this domineering lion, there was actually a beautiful girl with a single ponytail, pink clothes and miniskirt, and long legs in white silk. Roar. With a roar, everyone in the restaurant stood up instantly, looking at the scene in front of them with astonishment. Seeing the humans standing up one by one with their eyes wide open, the three-eyed golden lion was also dumbfounded. He looked left and right, but couldn't find a way out for a long time. On the other side. Elder. Elder, are you okay? A man in black clothes with scars on his body took the hand blocking him slowly. His whole right arm was still shaking uncontrollably. Just now, the powerful power of light forced him out of the darkness, and at that moment he seemed to see Tian'an. The absolute attribute restraint made him stunned for a long time. After he recovered, the corners of the man's mouth slowly rose with a smile. Naughty, but I like it. Give them to me, take them. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. The moment the man's voice just fell, the uniformed people around him, without any hesitation, flashed downstairs. East, south, west, north, and south, figures fell from all directions, blocking every exit in the hotel. These are people from the Spirit Hall. How could they appear here? What are they doing here? Inside the hotel, seeing the people who suddenly appeared to block the entrances and exits, some people stood up instantly, in doubt. Run, keep running, don't you like running? Why don't you run now? In the sky, a black shadow quietly floated. Bang. Bang bang. In the crowd, one by one stood up. I only see the ghost, but no soul ring, ghost Douluo. The picture kept shrinking, and in the dark, Nian'an carefully controlled every camera position. That's right, Nian'an was secretly monitoring all this. Not only that, he also recorded it with the soul guide device. Now we have both human and material evidence. Spirit Hall, even if you want to deny it in the future, you can't deny it. Chapter 185. Intercept again. Chapter 185. Intercepted again. Chapter 186. Intercepted again. If you want to know why the Spirit Hall wanted to capture the three-eyed golden lion, it's a long story. Ever since Nian'an intercepted Xiaoyao's mother, Bai Dong was very angry. Not long after, she organized several more hunts. Although these hunts were not satisfactory, they were fortunately rewarding. A year ago, in order to become stronger, Bai Dong sent people into the Xingdou Great Forest to search and see if there were any powerful soul beasts worth hunting. Hard work pays off. After nearly half a year of searching, the people at the Spirit Hall found a strange soul beast. This soul beast was covered with golden hair, like amber, and exuded a noble temperament. Of course, it was not because of some appearance and temperament that attracted the attention of the Spirit Hall staff. What attracted the attention of the Spirit Hall staff was the strange behavior of this soul beast. This soul beast has never been shown in history books, or has appeared. According to its canine counterparts, its size and appearance should be around 100 years old. However, it is more powerful than 1,000 years old. Even if a 10,000-year-old soul beast sees it, it can only shrink and hide. Of course, this is not even weirder. What is even weirder is that as long as it has fought with this soul beast, other soul beasts will undoubtedly have only one behavior, that is, escape. Whether it is 100 years, 1,000 years, or 10,000 years, as long as this soul beast wants to eat, that soul beast can only hide. They don't even have the courage to exist in front of this soul beast. The weird behavior soon won the high attention of the Spirit Hall. Until one day, a member of the Spirit Hall saw with his own eyes that the Titan giant ape, the king of the Xingdou Great Forest, actually knelt down to this little soul beast and showed his submission. He also personally lifted the other party up high and placed it on his shoulder. This is a 100,000-year-old soul beast. The extremely strange behavior soon attracted the attention of the high-level officials of the Spirit Hall, and even alarmed Pope Bai Dong. In the guess of the high-level officials of the Spirit Hall, this soul beast is either of noble blood, powerful, and has the ability to fight against multiple levels. This soul beast is extremely precious to the entire soul beast tribe, and symbolizes the emperor of the human world. People usually have only one attitude towards emperors: respect. However, this soul beast meets all the performances of emperors among humans, from the Titan giant ape, the king of the forest, to the 10-year soul beast. Therefore, not long ago, the Pope of the Spirit Hall personally ordered the capture and brought it back to the Spirit Hall for research. By then, if anyone in the Spirit Hall is short of soul rings, it would be great to release the breath of this soul beast and seduce one or two to kill. Moreover, a soul beast that the king of the 100,000-year-old forest has to treat with respect may also attract other 100,000-year-old soul beasts. Therefore, one of Bai Dong's minions, Ghost Duo, was ordered to capture this soul beast and bring it back to the Spirit Hall. He, little guy, you made me look for you hard, but, for the sake of the gift, I forgive you. Come with me. As soon as the voice fell, Ghost Duo clapped his hands in the sky, and suddenly, a huge palm quickly grabbed the golden soul beast. Yes, it's them. Looking at the martial soul on Ghost Duo's body and the uniforms of the other people who blocked the entrance of the hotel, Xiao's pupils shrank fiercely in an instant. Dreaming back to the past, if it weren't for my mother, I might have already. Xiao lowered her head in an instant. Many years ago, she didn't have the ability to help her mother, and today, she still doesn't have the strength. How dare you, disperse from this auspicious beast. Roar. At this moment, an extremely childish voice suddenly came out of the little beast's mouth. The three-eyed golden lion opened its mouth, and suddenly a strong golden light shone. But, Suddenly, a series of screams rang out. In the air, Ghost Duo was out of control under the strong golden light. Asshole, you don't know what's good for you, then don't blame me for being cruel. As soon as the voice fell, the black soul ring on Ghost Duo's body flashed, and the black armor on his body that continued to emit ghost energy slowly appeared. In the sky, a huge ghost hand appeared again. This time, without waiting for the three-eyed golden lion and Xiao to react or resist, the huge black palm tightened instantly. Are you going to die? But I haven't found my mother yet, and I haven't avenged my mother yet. Xiao's eyes flashed with unwillingness, but it was useless. Despair gradually filled Xiao's heart. A soul beast that can talk, could it be a soul beast of 100,000 years old? Damn, the Spirit Hall is really awesome, they can capture soul beasts of 100,000 years old at will. Is this Ghost Duo? Could it be that he has also touched that threshold? Suddenly, there was a burst of noisy discussions. Ghost Duo ignored other people's comments on him and tied up the three-eyed golden lion and Xiao tightly. These are all his own achievements. If he brought such a generous gift to Bai Dong this time, then his status in the Spirit Hall and the resources he can obtain in the Spirit Hall, wouldn't it be several times higher? This wave, he won directly. Just when Ghost Duo was still complacent, outside the hotel, Nian'an slowly turned his head, looked at a pair of red eyes that lit up in the distance, and the corners of his mouth slowly rose. The good show is about to begin. Bang. 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 At this moment, the ground shook, and everyone in the hotel was stunned. Ghost Duo felt that the atmosphere around him was not right. He looked around and silently put the three-eyed golden lion and Xiao behind him. There is murderous intent. Click. Rumble. At this moment, the hotel shook, the roof was suddenly lifted, and a pair of huge lanterns appeared. Wait, this is not a pair of huge lanterns, this is a pair of blood-red, angry eyes. Bang. 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 The next moment, a series of muffled groans and collisions rang out. Roar. Everyone in the hotel had a buzzing sound in their heads. But then, no sound could be heard in their ears. As time passed, long screams, panic sounds, wailing sounds, and begging for mercy, continued. Everyone in the Spirit Hall, even Ghost Duo, came back to their senses from their stunned state. Stare. A certain soul scent led the soul hunting team and took a step back, looking at the scene in front of them with panic. Forest, king of the forest, Titan giant ape. Nian'an was not afraid of the Titan giant ape, because Nian'an had the ability to kill the Titan giant ape, but the others had only one word to say when facing the 100,000-year-old soul beast Titan giant ape. Die. Bang. Almost instantly, the seventh soul ring on Ghost Daluo's body instantly merged into his body. Seventh soul skill, Ghostly True Body. Take them away. The moment the spirit true body was possessed, Ghost Daluo threw the three-eyed golden lion and Xiao in his hand to the other spirit hall personnel. In secret, seeing this scene, Nian'an smiled. The auspicious beast three-eyed golden lion was captured by the spirit hall. What does it have to do with the Ming Empire? His Ming Empire has witnesses and physical evidence. Keep an eye on them. The show is about to begin. Nian'an chooses to intercept again, but this time the Stardew Great Forest. Oh no, the whole continent should be bustling. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novel, as there you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 186, The Power of Destiny. Yes, Your Majesty. After hearing Nian'an's words, the group of people behind Nian'an disappeared instantly. Looking up, Nian'an's eyes slowly reflected a pair of huge fists. Roar. Die, die, you are all going to die. The angry roar came out of the Titan ape's mouth in an instant, and then in the sky, a pair of red fists instantly smashed over the hotel. Bang bang bang, boom. The flames rose, the huge fists fell, and those who couldn't dodge were directly smashed into meat paste. Flesh, bones, all turned into powder, sauce, in front of absolute power. Ah. In the center of the hotel, a black light suddenly shot out and rushed towards the Titan ape's face quickly. Bang. The angry Titan ape only felt a burning sensation on his face, as if he was whipped by Ming. His eyelids kept twitching, followed by anger, endless anger. Roar. With a roar, the Titan ape raised his fist again, and then smashed it hard the next second. Bang. The armor on Ghost Daluo's body was instantly shattered, and the spirit body didn't last a second. Puff. Ghost Daluo spat out a mouthful of blood in the air, and his whole body instantly shrank and fell to the ground in the distance. On the other side, due to the restraint of Ghost Daluo, the people at the spirit hall and other people in the hotel seized the opportunity to run out of the hotel, trying to escape from this place of trouble. No, don't come over. Don't come over. A waiter looked at the huge Titan ape in horror and kept backing away. At this time, the Titan ape was full of anger and wanted to finish off Ghost Daluo, who was seriously injured by it, and completely end Ghost Daluo. Unfortunately, at this time, the breath of Xiao and the auspicious beast three-eyed golden lion began to become weak. In an instant, it began to panic. As a last resort, he could only let Ghost Daluo go temporarily. Now, the most important thing was to find Xiao and the auspicious beast three-eyed golden lion. So it stood up, and its huge body kept turning its head, looking around with its huge head, trying to find that traces of Xiao and three-eyed golden lion. It didn't even look at the people on the ground, and stepped down directly with its huge feet. Snap. Many people were trampled to death by the Titan giant ape. In a short while, the whole hotel had become a ruin, with corpses scattered everywhere, and broken limbs and arms were everywhere. After a while, relying on its powerful mental perception, the Titan giant ape finally found Xiao and three-eyed golden lion, who were tightly tied up by the spirit hall staff. Roar. The Titan giant ape opened his mouth and let out a roar. The next moment, the Titan giant ape took his own steps and quickly chased after the spirit hall crowd carrying Xiao and three-eyed golden lion. Want to leave? Leave it to me, stay. 9th soul skill, Hell Monster. In the ruins, Ghost Daluo crawled out in a panic. The moment he wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth, his body was yellow, purple, black. Now is not the best time. As long as Nian'an wants, he can kill the Titan ape at any time, but now, he has more important things to do. Treasure Sword Mountain Range. Dozens of people wearing Spirit Hall uniforms are moving quickly. Come on, brothers, as long as we cross the Treasure Sword Mountain Range, we will reach our territory. Although this time is dangerous, we have gained a lot. If His Holiness the Pope sees our harvest this time, he will definitely reward us greatly. What this group of Spirit Hall people don't know is that just behind them, less than 100 meters away, there is a group of people following them closely. It's almost time, stop them. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. As soon as the voice fell, the group of people quickly dispersed, and with full speed, they surpassed them not long after. Among the Spirit Hall crowd, the leader was an old man, holding Xiaoyao, who was tied up tightly with ropes in his left hand, and holding the unconscious three-eyed golden lion in his right hand. His feet did not stop moving, and each time he trampled, he was trampling for dozens of meters. At this moment, a series of figures flashed through the surrounding woods, and the old man stopped his steps instantly. "Bishop, what are you doing?" Behind him, a middle-aged man saw the old man stop and was stunned for a moment. Tap, tap, tap. Without waiting for the old man to answer, a series of neat footsteps suddenly rang out. In the darkness, a group of people wearing feu suits, holding embroidered spring swords, uniform clothing and uniform steps slowly walked out. Feu suits, embroidered spring swords, are you the Jinyu of the Ming Empire? What do you want to do? There were quite a few people, hundreds of them. Thinking of the Ming Empire's usual style of doing things, the old man became alert instantly. When they got close to a certain distance, all the Jinyu stopped and just stared at them quietly. Name: Lin Bao, age 75, spirit Sky and Dark Leopard, spirit power level 87. Affiliated force: Spirit Hall, position Platinum Bishop, relatives 1 son and 3 grandsons. In the Jinyu, the moment someone read out the above words word by word, the face of the old man headed by the Spirit Hall changed drastically. But, damn it, what on earth do you want to do? Lin Bao's face was horrified. The scary thing was not that the Jinyu knew his name, but that the Jinyu knew all his details. You know, he is the Platinum Bishop of the Spirit Hall, and all his identity information is kept confidential. Not to mention ordinary people, even if they are inside the Spirit Hall, it is a luxury to want to check their identity information unless they reach a certain level. Whoosh! At this moment, a strong sound of breaking through the air rang out instantly. Bang! Boom! 7th soul skill, Dark Leopard True Body. In the smoke, Lin Bao raised his hands tremblingly, and a sword mark deep enough to see the bone appeared where his hands crossed. As for the other people in the Spirit Hall behind him, they were all cut in half by the sword. How is this possible? Lin Bao looked up in horror. At this moment, a golden light slowly appeared in the distant sky. Roar! A golden dragon kept growing in Lin Bao's eyes. Copper skin and iron bones, golden wolf, unyielding will, wolf will. Almost in an instant, the spirit rings on Lin Bao's body kept flashing, and his skills were lit up one by one, ready to meet this attack. Bang! 3 minutes later, a figure knelt in front of Nian'an, and his head was cut off by a sword. Rubbish. Turning around, Nian'an came to the unconscious three-eyed golden lion. As he approached the three-eyed golden lion, Nian'an found that the power of light on his body was getting stronger and stronger. The dragon pattern on Nian'an's forehead became brighter and brighter, until the moment Nian'an's right hand touched the three-eyed golden lion, a third power appeared in addition to the power of light and the power of the golden dragon. A beam of light shot straight into the sky. Nian'an felt a strong sense of fate. Fate, the power of destiny. Chapter 187 Hunting the Titan Ape. At the outermost part of the Star Forest, at the junction of the Sword Mountain Range and the Star Forest, a golden light suddenly shot straight into the sky, dyeing the sky pure gold. At the moment when this golden light appeared, the whole world was silent. Then, all the soul beasts of 10 to 100 years old in the outer circle of the Star Forest seemed to feel the existence of fate, looking at the golden light in the sky, and slowly froze in place. Soon, this symptom spread to the mixed area. The roar of the 1,000-year soul beast, the roar of the 10,000-year soul beast, spread very quickly, almost instantly, far away in the deepest part of the Star Forest, in the river that represents the origin of the life of all soul beasts. The great Min King Nian'an slowly broke through the water and raised its head, looking at the golden light in the distant sky, and its pupils shrank sharply. This power is, auspicious beast, the three-eyed golden lion. The name of a soul beast slowly appeared in the mind of the azure bull python, and then the blood in his body began to boil uncontrollably. Moo. Outside the Xingdou Great Forest, the Titan giant ape finally broke free from the entanglement of Ghost Luo. When it saw a strong golden light in the distant sky, it was stunned. Roar, roar, roar. The Yamga soared dozens of times in an instant, and all the soul beasts in the entire Xingdou Great Forest began to become manic in that instant. Your Majesty, the Xingdou Great Forest seems to be wrong, too wrong. The Jinyu who was monitoring the surroundings reported to Nian'an as soon as they found the abnormality. Nian'an heard it, as if he had known the consequences long ago, and was not moved at all. Don't disturb me. Only a simple sentence was left, and Nian'an began to feel this wonderful feeling again. The power of destiny. This is a golden liquid, mental power, yes, mental power. The purity of this mental power is the purest Nian'an has ever seen. Even if it is comparable to the mental power improvement brought to him by the million-year soul ring, it is far from enough. This feeling, Nian'an couldn't say it, but it was very comfortable anyway. The properties of the Dragon King sword and the three-eyed golden lion are very similar. They both possess the power of light and a certain bloodline of the golden Dragon King. As a result, the moment the two came into contact, their powers merged directly. If this continues for a long time, Nian'an will not only improve his mental power, but also his soul power cultivation. Gently approaching the forehead of the three-eyed golden lion, an inexplicable force attracted the two of them and overlapped them. In an instant, a stronger force of destiny emerged, surrounding the man and the beast. Nian'an felt that his mental power was increasing rapidly, the three-eyed golden lion felt that his power was getting stronger and stronger, and his body was getting bigger and bigger, until the two reached a critical point. Crack! With a cracking sound, the next moment, the center of the two people, the sky above their heads. Yin. A golden dragon with 5 claws on its limbs and a mighty and domineering appearance appeared. The next moment, the powerful force of destiny spread to the surroundings, the breath of the auspicious beast, the momentum of the emperor. This is not only the overlap of the power of light and the fusion of the power of the golden dragon king, but also that first spiritual fusion of a man and a beast. One represents the most noble bloodline among soul beasts, possesses the most powerful power of destiny, and is responsible for the revival of soul beasts. The emperor of soul beasts. The other represents the highest power of mankind, possesses countless luck, and lets the rise and fall of the human race. The emperor of mankind. These two should have been natural opposites. However, the common attributes and the common blood power allowed a man and a beast to meet, rub against each other, and produce golden liquid, power, golden spiritual power, and jointly master the power of destiny. But the gemstone between the eyebrows of the three-eyed golden lion suddenly cracked, and a golden eye slowly began to gestate. The two spirits reached a resonance, and the world was turned upside down, soul resonance. Where is this? The three-eyed golden lion slowly opened his eyes, and the next moment a series of pictures flashed in front of him. This is the human world. In the huge palace, the three-eyed golden lion saw the birth of a human boy. He was the future of a country, and from the moment he was born, he was named a prince of a country, with a solid status and position, and the absolute crown prince of the future. In these 6 years, his parents doted on him, and the ministers flattered him. In his memory, there were only good memories. 6 years later, a bad news came, and all the good things left him. The kingdom was in chaos, the country was about to fall, the powerful enemies were outside, the refugees in the country were constantly, and the people were living in poverty. In this crisis, the rebellious party held power in the court. At the critical moment, he ascended the throne in danger and supported the collapsing building with one hand. The 9 clans destroyed the rebellious party, swept away all powerful enemies, and restored national unity with absolute means. With thunderous means, he destroyed the country and the race, and pulled the small kingdom that was about to be destroyed into the monstrous Ming dynasty. Become the most powerful empire on the continent, the three-eyed golden lion was deeply shocked. His family was broken, and he was alone in the palace, but he used his own hands to support countless homes for the people of the Ming dynasty. He became the most powerful and strongest monarch in the world. On the road, what you want is just a matter of a word. Although he had no children in his life, he established the Ming Empire, which had the fastest population growth. He was responsible for the rise and fall of mankind. The three-eyed golden lion stared at the tall and majestic back. I am for the Ming dynasty, the first emperor. The founder of the Ming Empire. On the other side, after getting what he wanted, Nian'an woke up early. As for the memory of the three-eyed golden lion, Nian'an forcibly cut it off. A soul beast that has never left the Xingdou Great Forest in its life, Nian'an has no interest in it. Looking at the three-eyed golden lion who was still in a coma and had not woken up, Nian'an gave a look to the Jinniwei. The Jinniwei took it away instantly. As for Nian'an looked at Xiaoyao and wanted to take her back to the Ming Empire to show Xiaoyao. But the plot can't be changed. He pointed at someone at random. Take her back to the Shriek Academy, and continue to pretend to be Xiaoyao to scare her. That's right. For so many years, the titled ruler that Xiao has always feared, Tianxing's father, was all that pretended by Nian'an. Yes, your majesty. Hearing Nian'an's order, he took Xiao away without stopping. If Xiao was released so easily, Xiao would not have such a deep bond with Tianxing in the original novel. Even if she was taken back to the Stardew Great Forest, she would still be willing to return to Tianxing's side. In order to complete the plot, Nian'an decided to add fuel to the fire. Roar. At this moment, the Titan giant ape rushed over from a distance. Looking at the Titan giant ape running over, Nian'an's mouth corners slowly rose. I'm worried that the auspicious beast will be caught, and this is not enough to ignite the fire. Since you come to my door yourself, you can't blame me. To be honest, Nian'an didn't plan to hunt the Titan giant ape nearby, but it ran into the gun. Then it's not my fault. Do it. Chapter 188 Titan's Death. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. With the sound of breaking through the air, the Jinhui figures flashed again and again. When they appeared again, they had already surrounded the Titan ape densely. Yellow, purple, blab, 2 yellow, 2 purple, 2 blab, all soul emperors, and these soul emperors densely surrounded the Titan ape. Even if you don't look carefully, there are hundreds of people in a rough glance. Roar. Bang 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 bang. Even in the face of so many people, the Titan ape did not retreat at all. Raising his fist, he pounded on his chest frantically, and there was a bang 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 sound of impact. The wind was raging, and countless trees were directly uprooted. Bang. Bang. The 6 soul rings on the Jinhui around him kept rotating, and the ground under his feet was directly cracked. If it weren't for the cultivation of the Soul Emperor level, even if you get close to the Titan ape, you can be blown away by the residual power scattered on it. Get started. As the leader raised his arm, the 10 people closest to the Titan ape flew up in an instant. 6 soul rings flashed in yellow, purple, blab, and then a huge embroidered spring knife appeared and chopped down heavily at the Titan ape. Bang. Facing the attack, the Titan ape raised his right hand calmly. In an instant, sparks flew everywhere. The Titan ape's strong defensor directly withstood these dozen knives. It can't be said that it was unscathed, but it can only be said that it was almost, because these dozen knives only left a series of white marks on the Titan ape's body. Hectares. At this moment, a uniform roar rang out instantly. The Titan ape looked up and saw that in the sky around him, there were densely packed humans with 6 soul rings floating on their bodies, holding large knives, and slashing towards him quickly. It turned out that the dozen people were just Jinhui to attract its attention. What they really wanted to do was to give the hundreds of people behind them a chance to charge and attack. Looking at the densely packed figures, blood-red swords began to gather in the sky. Each sword left a white mark. If the Titan ape did not resist, these hundreds of people could be worn down to death. But at this moment, a pair of huge lanterns suddenly lit up, and the orange-red flames slowly turned red, and then blood-red. A burst of red anger suddenly erupted from the Titan ape. Bang! The Titan ape slammed its fists on the ground, and in an instant the ground cracked and magma erupted. A circle of orange-yellow gas condensed, with the Titan ape as the center, and quickly spread to other directions around. Until this circle included all the Jinhui. Within the circle, a strong gravitational force suddenly emerged. Bang! 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 In an instant, in midair, the faces of the hundreds of Jinhui changed, and the half-condensed huge swords in their hands shattered instantly. Their bodies fell to the ground completely out of control, and there were bangs and bangs on the ground. Swish, swish, swish. At the moment of falling to the ground, the Jinhuis all stood up and looked forward at the first time. Bang, bang, bang. The Titan giant ape stood up and slowly walked towards the Jinhui closest to him, raised his foot and aimed at the Jinhui. He wanted to step on them like the Yants in the hotel. Pa, pa, pa. At this moment, crisp applause rang out instantly. As expected of the best among the 100,000-year-old beasts, the Titan giant ape. Outside the gravity field, Nian'an slowly raised his foot. Bang! He stepped on the ground, and in an instant, the ground under his feet cracked inch by inch. But Nian'an's face did not show any expression or any abnormal symptoms. Red, 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 gold, 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 5 reds and 3 golds. The moment Nian'an's soul ring came out, a long sword of pure gold, densely covered with dragon scales, floated quietly in front of him. The moment Nian'an grasped the sword, a golden light flashed in Nian'an's eyes, and the dragon pattern of the halo mask broke through the mask directly. Swish. The next second after the Titan giant ape stepped on its foot, the 5th red soul ring on Nian'an's body began to flash wildly. Choke. Nian'an pulled out the golden longsword in his hand violently, and the next moment a sword energy instantly slashed towards the direction of the Titan giant ape. 5th soul skill, Sword Illusion Dragon Shadow. Yin. The sword energy turned into an ancient giant golden dragon. 2, 4. When it approached the Titan giant ape, the sword energy had already turned into 9 ancient golden dragons. Bang! In an instant, blood splattered everywhere. The Titan ape had no time to react at all. 9 giant dragons instantly knocked it down. But, puff, roar, roar. The sharp sword energy broke through the defense and pierced the flesh. The dragon roared and the ape howled in an endless stream. Crash. Falling on the ground, the Titan ape was dragged for more than 10 meters and it took a long time to recover. Although Nian'an's soul power has not increased much in the past few years, his actual combat ability, his mastery of his own strength, his familiarity with the soul rings, the improvement of his real combat power is not a little bit. Now, let alone a titled Douluo, even if he is a super Douluo, relying on the soul core, the 5 red and 3 gold soul rings, and the suppression of the Dragon Emperor Sword Martial Soul, even if he can't kill, Nian'an can suppress the opponent at will. The gravity field was lifted, all the Jin'e stood up. The smoke and dust slowly dispersed. On the ground, the Titan ape slowly wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth. At this time, it was not only the corner of his mouth that was bleeding. On his chest, there was a huge scar that was so deep that you could see the bone, and it was bleeding continuously. Roar. With a roar, the Titan ape stood up again unwillingly, and his huge eyes looked forward angrily. The roar in his mouth turned into a gust of wind, and instantly poured out towards the people in front. Feeling this fishy breath, Nian'an frowned. He raised his hand and swung the longsword in his hand again. Bang. Shut up. The sword energy turned into a sharp sword shadow in the air, directly breaking through the wind resistance, and slashed the Titan ape's chest again. This time was not as serious as the last time, but this sword also directly broke the Titan ape's skin. Bang. Bang. The Titan ape staggered back 2 steps, and his eyes were filled with anger again. Human, you said you were not in the same group with them. Hearing this, Nian'an's mouth corners slightly raised. I'm indeed not in the same group with them, but it just so happens that the soul beast I want and like is captured by them. So, Nian'an slowly turned aside, and behind him were the densely packed corpses of the spirit hall personnel. I killed them all. Roar. With a roar to the sky, the Titan giant ape slowly raised his right fist. Today, no matter if it is you or them, if you touch the auspicious beast or Sister Xiaoyao, you will die. But countless red blood surrounded the Titan giant ape's right fist. Just a spent force. Nian'an sneered. Before coming here, the Titan giant ape had been injured in the fight with Ghost Douluo, and now it was severely injured by Nian'an, and the gravity field was broken. In Nian'an's eyes, the Titan giant ape was already a spent force. Titan Sky Cannon. 7th soul skill, Dragon Emperor's True Body. Bang. Yin. As the 2 attacks collided, countless Jin'e were blown away. Chapter 189. Xingdo is in panic and the Azure Bull Python is furious. Chapter 190. The stars are in a panic, and the Sky Blue Bull Python is furious. A red beam of light suddenly shot out from the right fist of the Titan giant ape, shooting madly towards Nian'an. In Nian'an's hand, the Dragon King sword turned into a huge, mighty golden dragon. Roar. Bang. The 2 attacks collided, and a powerful shockwave was immediately generated. Countless trees around were uprooted, and the Jin'e were directly blown away. Seeing the golden light and the red beam of light constantly colliding and competing, the fused soul power turned into a beam of light, directly lighting up the entire Bajian mountain range. Not far from the Bajian mountain range, in a sect, a white-haired old man suddenly opened his eyes. Swish. His figure flashed, and when he appeared again, he had already appeared on the top of the sect mountain. He looked at the light beam that lit up in the distance and the dragon roar and ape roar that sounded from time to time, and his pupils kept shrinking. This is the roar of the Titan ape, the king of the forest. Who can make it roar so angrily? On this continent, the king of the Stardew Great Forest, as long as you are not too outdated and have good strength, basically knows it. The Titan ape is a 100,000-year soul beast. According to rumors, only Tianxing defeated it, but Tianxing only repelled it and failed to kill it. Roar, roar, roar. Listening to the roars that kept ringing, the old man's face changed again. What did he hear? He heard that the roar of the Titan ape gradually became weaker, followed by screams and wails. The Titan ape was defeated again. No, that's not right. Who defeated it? Xiaoyao? No, he hasn't been born for so many years, and his life or death is unknown. That is, the Spirit Hall. The Spirit Hall is home to the largest number of titled Douluo on the continent. If many people join forces, it is not impossible to kill the Titan giant ape. Roar. Bang. Boom. At this moment, a blood-red beam of light shot straight into the sky, dyeing half of the sky red. The next second, a huge blood-red soul ring lit up, and the leader of the sword sect instantly widened his eyes. Blood-red, 100,000-year soul ring. The Spirit Hall actually hunted down the current 100,000-year soul beast, the Titan giant ape. Sword Mountain Range. 3 minutes ago, after a long attack on the Titan giant ape, Nian'an injected his soul power into the soul core. The golden dragon's eyes lit up and became more ferocious. He suddenly bit the Titan giant ape's sky cannon and smashed it, and then quickly sprinted towards the Titan giant ape. Bang! The Titan ape widened his eyes, filled with disbelief, but he realized that he had lost in the battle of strength. So he propped himself up with his feet, and an orange-yellow light shone under his feet, trying to use the power of the earth to resist the blow. Bang! Unfortunately, he overestimated himself and underestimated the damage of this blow. The moment the dragon hit the Titan ape's eyes froze, and then a powerful force suddenly pulled it up and flew into the sky. With a violent collision and a rapid speed, the golden dragon directly passed through the Titan ape's body. Looking at the endless starry sky, the Titan ape looked down at his hollow torso again, and fell to the ground with his limbs weak. On the ground, the first blood-red soul ring on Nian'an's body flashed, and then the next moment, the long sword in his hand was pulled out. Golden Dragon Slash. Puff. Blood splashed once again. This time, the Titan giant ape's head and body separated, and a beam of light shot straight into the sky, dyeing half of the sky red. As the blood-red soul ring rose, it also represented the fall of the Titan giant ape, the king of the Stardew Great Forest. The movement here soon spread throughout the Stardew Great Forest. The fall of the Titan giant ape, 100,000-year soul beast, made countless 100-year soul beasts tremble, 1,000-year soul beasts wail, and 10,000-year soul beasts fidget. This is the Titan giant ape, the king of the forest, 100,000-year soul beast, who has ruled the Stardew Great Forest for tens of thousands of years. Moo. With a roar, the center of the Stardew Great Forest, the Lake of Life. Looking at the red light that lit up in the distant sky, the pupils of the azure bull python shrank fiercely. It sensed a familiar breath that was leaving quickly. In an instant, the azure bull python's eyes were red. The relationship between the azure bull python and the Titan giant ape is very special. They have lived together since childhood. This is why the soul beasts of different species can share the Stardew Great Forest. After all, there is no room for two tigers in one mounting, unless, in addition to having a very strong bond, the azure bull python and the Titan giant ape are not brothers, but they are no different from brothers. Therefore, the death of the Titan giant ape instantly angered the azure bull python. The auspicious beast was threatened and exuded a breath of help, but the azure bull python was not anxious. The entire Stardew Great Forest was in chaos because of the auspicious beast's uneasy mood, but it was not anxious. The Titan giant ape was hunted and fell, and it was angry. Moo. A blue beam of light shot straight into the sky. Bang bang bang. Since it accepted the task of guarding the Lake of Life, it has never left the Lake of Life even for a step. But now that the Titan giant ape has fallen, it can't sit still. A huge bull head, more than 4 meters long, slowly emerged from the water, and then the lake surface exploded. A python body, which was many times thicker than a bucket, slowly appeared. The azure bull python was much larger than the Titan ape. Anyway, with the head and tail, its size had exceeded 10 meters. It was a real behemoth. Sword Mountain Range Nian'an glanced at the huge Titan ape body under his feet, and a faint voice rang out. Put it away and go back to get the bones. As soon as the voice fell, Nian'an slowly stretched out his left hand, and a soul force suddenly pulled out. On the Titan ape's body, the huge blood-red 100,000-year soul ring seemed to be pulled and slowly floated towards Nian'an. Behind Nian'an, a huge sun suddenly appeared. The Titan ape was chosen by Nian'an as the first soul ring of his second martial spirit. Moo. At this moment, an angry, heart-wrenching roar resounded throughout the Stardew Great Forest. The next moment, the entire Stardew Great Forest began to tremble. Seeing this, Nian'an stopped moving and slowly turned around. It seems that I have to start the 3 martial arts cultivation in advance. Bang. Buzz buzz buzz. The next moment, Nian'an's powerful soul power instantly exploded, and the huge 100,000-year soul ring had no power to resist and was sucked onto Nian'an's body. The next moment, a huge soul power descended. Bang. Crack. Level 85. With a roar, Nian'an's soul power skyrocketed. In the spiritual sea world. Bang. 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 Roar. The huge Titan ape was ravaging Nian'an's spiritual sea. At this moment, it seemed to sense something and turned around suddenly. Above the vast sky of the spiritual sea, a man with black hair and a bright look slowly opened his golden vertical pupils. Between his brows, a special pattern began to slowly appear, and finally a golden dragon pattern was slowly lit up. Submit or die. Chapter 190 Battle against the Azure Bull Python. Under the special pattern on the forehead and the pair of golden eyes, the Titan ape's frenzy gradually calmed down. A sense of awe suddenly emerged in his heart. It was like he was facing the 3-eyed golden lion. But how could this be possible? The 3-eyed golden lion had been captured by him a long time ago. But at this moment, the clouds above the spiritual sea suddenly broke open. The special pattern on Nian'an's forehead began to slowly gather golden energy. Bang boom. The clouds above the sky suddenly broke open, and a golden beam of light shot directly at the Titan ape. Bang. The Titan ape suddenly raised his fist and hammered it heavily on the ground in the spiritual sea world. In an instant, the ground cracked, and countless magma penetrated the ground and rushed straight into the sky. Roar. Roar. The Titan ape roared in anger, tearing his heart and lungs apart, forming a huge vortex that swept madly towards the sky. Then he raised his fist again, and countless red powers gathered. The scene of the ape provoking the gods was born. Titan, Sky, Cannon. With an angry roar, a red beam of light suddenly shot out from the Titan ape's right fist. It was fighting desperately and betting everything on itself. Buzz bang. Unfortunately, Nian'an didn't listen to any explanation for this attack. This time, the Titan ape's Titan Sky Cannon didn't even last a second of Nian'an's attack. Crack, it shattered instantly, and the golden light went straight through the Titan ape's head. Bang. When you were alive, you were no match for me, and you're the same when you're dead. As soon as the voice fell, Nian'an slowly turned around. If the capture of the auspicious beast 3-eyed golden lion and the revealing of the auspicious beast's unique distress message would make countless soul beasts in the Stardew Great Forest angry, then the death of the king of the Stardew Great Forest, Titan Giant Ape, would terrify countless soul beasts in the Stardew Great Forest. Of course, the death of the king of the Stardew Great Forest, Titan Giant Ape, is not the most serious. The most serious thing is that the Emperor of the Stardew Great Forest, the Sky Blue Bull Python, who has disappeared for an unknown period of time, was blown out. Now, the entire Stardew Great Forest has become a mess. It is in a state of riot. Of course, this is not a beast tide led by high-level soul beasts. It is just a simple riot of soul beasts because they cannot sense a sense of security. As a result, there are constant fights in the Stardew Great Forest today. Basically, when you see a soul beast, you either chase and bite it, fight to the death, or run. That's right, just run. The current Xiaoyao Great Forest is so outrageous that the 10,000-year soul beasts have been scared out of the core area by the breath leaked by the Azure Bull Python and the angry roar, and ran directly to the periphery. At this time, the periphery of the Xiaoyao Great Forest. Old Teacher Xiao. Hearing the call, Xiaoji turned around and his pupils shrank instantly. A 10,000-year-old wolf on his back suddenly pounced on Oscar. Xiaoji put down the phoenix tail coxcomb snake in his hand, and a 10,000-year soul ring on his body suddenly lit up. Don't hurt my students. Bang. With the cultivation of a soul saint, Xiaoji successfully repelled the wolf. Strange, we have already left the periphery of the Xiaoyao Great Forest. How can there be a 10,000-year soul beast in this place? I don't know how Xiao and Xiaozan are doing. Nine Wrong said in some doubt at the back of the team, next to Oscar, who was pale. You still have the energy to care about others, you should take care of yourself first. Hearing that someone was concerned about Tianxing and Xiaoyao, Daimu frowned and looked over directly. Seeing that the Shriek team was about to have another conflict, the tired Xiaoji frowned. Okay, everyone, stop talking. It's most important to get out of the Xingdou Great Forest as soon as possible, absorb the soul ring for Oscar, and break through the Soul Master. After saying that, Xiaoyao just turned around and his body froze instantly. Because, he felt a strong breath coming at him at an extremely fast speed. Swish. Everyone be careful. Bang. Boom. The trees fell down, and the strong soul power spread all around. After a while, the Shriek people saw a huge creature with a bull head and a python body, which was more than 10 meters long, quickly passing by. Plop. Feeling the breath leaked by the powerful soul beast, the students of Shriek Academy all softened their knees and knelt down directly. Even Xiaoyao lost his composure. His eyes gradually became dull and his legs trembled uncontrollably. Just now, the huge soul beast simply glanced at him, and all his defenses disappeared. This soul beast was bigger than the Titan ape, the king of the forest, and the pressure it brought to him was even stronger than that of the Titan ape. I dare not imagine that if it had no will towards me, it would whip me. Gulp. Xiaoyao swallowed his saliva, and his knees were still shaking uncontrollably. Outside the Xingdou Great Forest, at the junction of the Sword Mountain Range. Bang. Bang. Boom. Listening to the strange sound in his ears, Nian'an slowly opened his eyes. The moment he opened his eyes, he saw countless soul beast corpses lying around, with white, yellow, purple, and other soul rings floating on them. The surrounding Jinwei were still on alert, but now they seemed to have sensed some terrifying creatures, staring at the distant Xingdou Great Forest with dull eyes. Seeing this, Nian'an turned around silently. Finally, here. Bang. 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 Trees kept falling outside the Xingdou Great Forest. In the silent night, strange sounds were heard. Rustling. After a while, a pair of green eyes slowly lit up in the dark night. Moo. After sensing the fall of the Titan giant ape, the Azure Bull Python walked out of the Lake of Life, crossed most of the Xingdou Great Forest, and finally found a place where it fell. But, second brother. With a roar, the sky was lit up in an instant, and a creature with a huge bull head and a python body, 10 meters away, slowly appeared. Sky Blue Bull Python, I finally waited for you. Nian'an narrowed his eyes. Behind him, the huge Titan giant ape soul ring slowly fell on the first soul ring position of the Sun Martial Soul. Seeing the soul ring of his second brother, the Titan giant ape, falling on the martial soul of a human body, the Sky Blue Bull Python's eyes turned red in an instant. Human, I promise, you will pay the price of your life for this. Moo. With a roar, the next moment, a circle of blue light, with the Sky Blue Bull Python as the center, quickly spread to the surroundings. Until it surrounded Nian'an and all Jinwei. Snap. Your Majesty, be careful. The next moment, there was a blast in the sky, and a whip was swung out instantly. Sensing something wrong, a Jinwei wanted to block in front of Nian'an, but unfortunately, the moment he raised his foot, his face suddenly changed, and his body seemed to be slowed down dozens of times. The whip hit accurately, and the first few Jinwei who had no time to dodge were whipped into a bloody mist, and the 10 people in the row behind were cut in half. Chapter 191 The Death of the Azure Bull Python and Strange Movements in the Lake of Life. Chapter 192 The Death of the Azure Bull Python, the Lake of Life moves unusually. Use the defensive soul guide. Seeing the large number of casualties, Nian'an frowned. Although the Ming Empire is not short of these hundreds of soul emperors, they were all cultivated by the Ming Empire with great effort. If all of them really died here, it would be a huge loss. Although the Soul Emperor is not particularly important in the Ming Empire, if it were hundreds of Soul Emperors from other countries, it would probably directly ruin a generation. But invincible defensive golden light shield. Swish swish swish. At the moment when the crowd said this in unison, a golden light curtain lit up on the body of each Jinwei. After the appearance of the defensive soul guide, the casualties instantly dropped to zero. Looking at the giant tail that was quickly swinging towards him not far away, Nian'an narrowed his eyes, and the Titan giant ape soul ring that he had just absorbed behind him suddenly rose up. Zilazila. Whoosh whoosh. Then the blazing flames descended instantly. First soul skill, Titan Sky Cannon. Nian'an instantly stretched out his right hand, and the sun condensed in his hand. The next moment, Nian'an threw it out. Bang boom. The sun quickly smashed out, wrapped in a strong, blazing flame. Bang. The moment the sun and the tail came into contact, a strong air wave suddenly appeared. Sizzle. Then there was the sound of the flame burning the water surface. Nian'an's sun martial soul is of fire attribute, and the soul power of the sky blue bull python is of water attribute. When the blazing flame meets water, powerful water vapor is formed instantly. After a while, it filled the entire battlefield. Swoosh. However, I don't know if it was because the azure bull python didn't control its strength well and had no strength when it came to Nian'an, or because Nian'an's sun martial soul had absorbed the immortal grass fiery apricot, the blazing sun fire attribute had already approached, broken through, become, or even, surpassed the ultimate fire. Therefore, when fighting the azure bull python, Nian'an inexplicably got the upper hand. The huge fireball hit the azure bull python's tail heavily. In an instant, a strong burning sensation continued to come from the tail. The azure bull python raised its head and let out an angry bull roar. Moo. Sizzle. The blazing flames broke through the azure bull python's blue-black scales and burned its flesh crazily. After a while, waves of strange fragrance appeared. Bang. The next moment, the huge sun suddenly exploded. Rustling. The azure bull python silently retracted its tail without making a sound. Its back was burning, its scales fell off, and blood was slowly flowing out of the half-cooked wound. Damn, the azure bull python was very familiar with the Titan giant ape's spirit ring and spirit skills. It really didn't expect that Nian'an could absorb the Titan giant ape's spirit ring in such a short time, master their spirit skills, and then use them in actual combat to fight against itself. In the Titan giant ape's perception, there should be no titled Douluo among this group of people. The strongest aura was only a soul Douluo. Under normal circumstances, even if there was a titled Douluo, the azure bull python would be able to defeat it if it was not particularly outrageous. However, this time, he underestimated Nian'an's strength. Although Nian'an only had the cultivation of a soul Douluo, his real combat strength was enough to crush a super Douluo, so the azure bull python felt that it was unusually difficult. Come on, continue. Nian'an put his right hand behind his back and slowly made a starting move. Human, stop being so arrogant. The huge bull head of the azure bull python slowly began to glow with a silvery white light, and between its two horns, arcs of lightning began to condense faintly. The light of extinction. Instantly, a beam of light shot out and headed straight for Nian'an's body. Seeing this, Nian'an narrowed his eyes. To be honest, among his many soul skills, Nian'an did not leave anywhere out, not even a single defensive soul skill. Adhering to the principle that the best defense is attack, Nian'an used attack on all but the first martial soul body, which could resist a little. Now facing the attacks of others, Nian'an is still not easy to deal with, and there is no way to endure for one round. But this does not mean that Nian'an has no other options. The storage ring on his right hand slowly glowed with a golden light. But the next moment, before sensing the attack, the golden protective shield suddenly popped out. Bang! Zzz, as a violent crash sounded, a strong electric current of thunder appeared. Little Loge, let me show you what the times are like and what the power of technology is. The Ming Empire is the hometown of soul guides. As the soul guide on Nian'an, can it be simple? Each one must be at least level 8, and for a defensive soul guide, it is even more so. Almost everyone is level 9, and it was developed by the Dean of Mindahall himself. The strong thunder hit the protective shield in front of Nian'an. After a while, the thunder became stronger and stronger, the protective shield began to tremble, until with a crisp click, dense cracks appeared on the protective shield. Nian'an narrowed his eyes. The red soul ring on his body flashed. Click. In an instant, the protective shield shattered, and countless strong thunders poured in. The moment the thunder touched Nian'an suddenly exploded. Above the sky, a huge sun suddenly appeared. Nian'an raised his hands, and a huge red soul ring on his body began to flicker. Titan Sunset. Nian'an used the second soul skill of the Titan Giant Ape Soul Ring. At the moment the soul ring flickered, the sun on Nian'an's hands suddenly enlarged countless times again. Give it to me, go. As Nian'an's hands moved, the huge sun also fell. Feel pain. Whoosh. The sun burning with red flames made a whistling sound and fell rapidly. Moo. The azure bull python roared angrily and suddenly raised its horns again, and strong thunder gathered again. Bang! At the moment of impact, the azure bull python's face changed. Oh no, the temperature of this flame is abnormal, I'm going to be burned. Feeling the abnormal phenomena all over his body, the azure bull python panicked. Bang! Boom! In an instant, the flesh and blood were blurred, a section of the tail was blown away. Feeling the gradually weakening breath of the azure bull python, Nian'an's eyes gradually became serious. After the explosion, violent smoke and dust appeared. Nian'an's vision was blocked. At this moment, a sign light suddenly flew towards the direction of the Stardew Great Forest. Want to run? 6th soul skill, 10,000 swords return to the sect. Puff. Puff. The azure bull python ran desperately, but finally did not escape. Core area. Moo. With the last mournful cry, a sign beam of light suddenly shot straight into the sky. The blood-red soul ring began to flicker slightly. Bang. Boom, boom. At this moment, a series of violent shaking sounds appeared. Nian'an frowned. Looking suddenly into the distance, the core of the Stardew Great Forest, the Lake of Life. Moan. Chapter 192 The Lake of Life awakens and a ferocious beast is born. Chapter 193 The Lake of Life awakens, and the fierce beast is born. Deep in the center of the Star Forest, the core area. Puff. 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 3 golden longswords instantly fell from the sky. Rustle. On the ground, there was a huge monster, swimming quickly. At this moment, in the sky, a longsword accurately hit its tail. Moo. The huge soul beast suddenly raised its head and roared, followed by the 7 inches, and the next moment it was the head. Bang. Buzz. As the blue light column rose, there was also a blood-red soul ring. Fallen, the azure bull python fell and died in the core of the Star Forest. Not long after the breath of the azure bull python's fall was leaked, the already rioting Star Forest became even more chaotic. In the sky, a figure slowly fell. In Nian'an's eyes, the azure bull python was covered with golden fragments of the Dragon King's sword. Among them, the 7-inch broken tail, and even the bull's head, were all pierced with a huge golden longsword. The real fatal injury came from the head, the longsword covered with dragon scales. Titan giant ape, azure bull python, dead, all dead. Feeling the chaos in the Stardew Great Forest now, Nian'an frowned. Your Majesty. At this time, the Xiaoyao caught up. Have you dealt with it all? Hearing this, the Xiaoyao answered directly without any hesitation. It's all dealt with. The bodies of the brothers, even our team logo, footprints, all the evidence of the Ming Empire's appearance here today, will not fall into the hands of any force. Hearing this, Nian'an did not even turn his head. He believed in the Xiaoyao's ability to do things. Lifting his foot, Nian'an slowly walked towards the body of the azure bull python. In the Lake of Life. Master, they are going too far. They killed our 200,000-year-old soul beasts that guard the Lake of Life. Now, they want to take away the awakened auspicious beast 3-eyed golden lion. Master, Tianxing requests to fight. But in the endless dark sea, a silver-white pupil suddenly opened. A huge black dragon was not even as big as this person's eyes. You should not have been born in this era, but now, the auspicious beast 3-eyed golden lion is threatened. If it dies, it will affect the fortune of my soul beast clan for the next 10,000 years. I agree. After hesitating for a while, the owner of the huge eye spoke again after a long time. If possible, bring that man back too. Hearing this, Tianxing was full of confusion. Who? The huge eye slowly closed. When you see him, you will naturally know who it is. The endless lake of life began to slowly fall into darkness. The black dragon flashed and disappeared in an instant. When it appeared again, it had already appeared in front of many soul beasts. Emperor Tian. The black-eyed Dragon King Emperor Tian, the leader of the 10 fierce beasts. In addition, there are many other soul beasts here, Emerald Swan, Demon Eye Demon Tree, Dark Gold Terror Claw Bear. Of course, in addition to fierce beasts, there are other soul beasts here, most of which have not set foot on the level of fierce beasts for about 200,000 years. P.S. This is the author's guess, but it should be similar. For example, Xiao's father, although 10,000 years later, because of the blessing of the auspicious beast, the Stardew Great Forest has many 100,000-year soul beasts, but now the Stardew Great Forest cannot have only 200,000-year soul beasts, Deming and Ermin, except for the fierce beasts. 10,000 years later, there will be many 100,000-year soul beasts in the Stardew Great Forest, but there will definitely be many that have not reached the level of fierce beasts in the 100,000 years. Just humans. If I didn't want to care about them, they would have been enslaved by us long ago. Since they have provoked us again and again and want to fight, then fight. I will let them feel what the anger of the Douluo Great Forest is. Bang. Boom. With the order of Emperor Tian, the entire lake of life rioted in an instant. Bang. Crash. The surface of the lake broke open instantly, and a 2-meter-long elk with crystal antlers and fur as blue as space appeared first. Bang bang bang. The next moment, beams of light shot straight into the sky. They were all the breath of 100,000-year-old beasts, but their breath was much stronger than Nian'an. In front of the corpse of the azure bull python, Nian'an just wanted to dig out the bones and suck the ring, and the next moment, dozens of breaths of 100,000-year-old beasts burst out from behind him. In an instant, Nian'an turned his head directly. With a subtle perception, Nian'an sensed that these dozens of breaths were more ferocious and powerful than the 200,000-year-old beasts of Nian'an. Moreover, so many appeared at once. And in the same place. Finally, it's finally here. Why did Nian'an do so much? Isn't it just to make the continent more lively? Oh no. Even if Nian'an didn't intervene this time, the beasts in the Lake of Life would wake up. After all, the spirit hall hit someone capture the auspicious beast 3-eyed golden lion. And I just brought this time forward. Nian'an had no fear or dread in his heart. To be fair, with the current strength of the Ming Empire, it was indeed difficult for him to defeat the Xingdou Great Forest. However, the Ming Empire might not be able to deal with it, let alone others. Although Nian'an's Ming Empire might not be able to defeat it, it was just a fantasy for the beasts to invade the Ming Empire. Collect corpses and spirit rings. After hearing Nian'an's words, the Jinyi was stunned. Collect corpses and spirit rings. Nian'an was not going to absorb them here. After coming to his senses, the Jinyi did not hesitate at all. One of them took out a super large ecological storage warehouse and recovered the body of the sky blue bull python. One of them took out the spirit ring storage device built by Mende Hall. Slowly stored the spirit ring of the sky blue bull python in the spirit ring storage device. The spirit ring storage device is an 8th level soul guide developed by Mende Hall's 8th level soul guide. It can store 9 spirit rings at the same time and can ensure that it will not dissipate for a week. In fact, as long as there is the body of the azure bull python, it doesn't matter whether there is a soul ring or not. After all, the soul spirit tell can rely on soul media and DNA to copy soul rings. But who made Nian'an have that plot? One-handed is always one-handed, and copied is always copied. Just like the Holy Spirit Church summoned so many female characters, Nian'an never thought of touching them. As long as Nian'an wanted, even Yi Shishui would not refuse. Unfortunately, Nian'an really had no interest in them. In their eyes, Nian'an was the absolute leader and the absolute god. Because of this, too much is as bad as too little, Nian'an lost interest instead. Retreat to Hun City. Bang. At this moment, the lake of life suddenly began to boil. Bang. Roar. A roar suddenly resounded through the sky, and a red light column shot straight into the sky. A soul beast with 3 heads, red hair all over, and constantly burning this flame suddenly appeared. The moment it appeared, it immediately began to twitch its nose, and then its eyes gradually filled with anger. This breath, a ferocious beast. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Nian'an Fanfic Novel, as there you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 193 Beast Tide. Before evacuating, Nian'an looked back, and then his pupils shrank. Even though that distance was so far, Nian'an felt the other party's breath, and still felt a wave of hot fire rushing straight to his face. Obviously, the flames on the other party were no longer ordinary flames. Even if it was not the ultimate fire, it was very close. Such a powerful fire attribute, coupled with the lion's roar. Nian'an instantly logged the identity of this soul beast. K9, fire attribute, and the grade is not low, ranked 8th among the 10 fierce beasts, with 300,000 years of cultivation. Oh no, it should be a 3-headed red demon mastiff with a cultivation of nearly 300,000 years. Suitable, this is simply too suitable. When Nian'an thought of his second martial soul, his heart itched. Suitable, this is simply too suitable. However, given the current situation, just bear with it. Anyway, if the Xingdou Great Forest really organizes a beast tide to attack humans on the mainland, then Nian'an will have a chance to fish in troubled waters and get a few beast soul rings. Otherwise, why do you think Nian'an went through so much trouble to do so many tricks? To play with. The place where the azure bull python fell. Sniff. Tag tag tagged. In the sky, 3 soul beasts with a body length of more than 5 meters, each head is 1 meter long, and the whole body is burning with flames. Landing on the ground, the Red King took a look at the blue-black scales all over the ground, and the blood of the 100,000-year soul beast. The anger in his eyes became stronger, and he raised his head and twitched his nose. Not long after the owner of the smell had just left, he stepped into the air again. Privately hunting down the 100,000-year-old soul beast of the Stardew Great Forest, and the guardian of the Lake of Life, and daring to kidnap the auspicious beast of the Stardew Great Forest, the 3-eyed golden lion, these humans are ready to die. Roar. At this moment, a roar instantly resounded through the sky. Human, die. Hearing the voice behind him, Nian'an was stunned and turned his head. Whoosh whoosh. The next moment, waves of whistling sound came, carrying a powerful wave of fire. As soon as he turned his head, he saw a huge fireball only 10 meters away from him, quickly smashing towards him. Bang! Nian'an instantly mobilized his soul power and injected it into his right hand. Sizzle whoosh whoosh. Suddenly, a strong burning sound rang out, and the powerful impact force dragged Nian'an back and forth, retreating hundreds of meters. Choke. With a crisp sound of swords being drawn, the fireball exploded. In the smoke and dust, Nian'an walked out slowly with a gloomy face under the halo mask. The gloves on his right hand had long been burned clean by the intense high temperature. Not only the gloves, but also the sleeve on Nian'an's right hand was gone. A clean right arm full of streamlined and beautiful muscles was revealed. Human, returned the auspicious beast, and I can spare your life. Hectares. Hearing this, Nian'an smiled. Slowly stretching out his feet and taking a step forward, the void beside him suddenly trembled. Your Majesty, it seems that a more powerful soul beast has awakened in the Xiaoyao Great Forest. It was Long Xiaoyao, Nian'an's protector, after the battle with the evil emperor, although he was half dead and closed with Yishishui. But after years of cultivation, he recovered. Not only that, but also got some good things because of a disaster. Of course, this does not refer to a breakthrough in realm, but a breakthrough in strength. As for realm, if there is no adventure of godhood in this life will be just like that. Okay, little lion, you are lucky. I will not kill you today. Wait until next time, wait for me next time with your neck clean. After saying that, Nian'an glanced at the Jinhui beside him. Let's go. Asshole, human, I didn't say you can leave. Seeing Nian'an ignore him and take people away, Kaiwan couldn't sit still for a moment. He roared and rushed up. Whoosh! With a strong whistle, the next moment Long Xiaoyao's figure flashed and appeared in front of Kaiwan in an instant. Bang! He raised his foot and kicked with a whip kick. Your opponent is me. With a roar, Kaiwan fell to the ground at a high speed like a meteorite. Bang! 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 In the sky, one black and one red were so close that after images appeared. But overall, Long Xiaoyao was still suppressing the Red King. After all, no matter what, the Red King's current cultivation level was less than 300,000 years. If he were a human, his strength would be at most 95th level. 10,000 years later, even if it was 300,000 years old, it would still be suppressed by Shriek's Xuanzi. At the time, Xuanzi was 98th level, not to mention Long Xiaoyao now. If he hadn't been afraid that the beasts behind it would surround it, Nian'an would have planned to execute it on the spot. Nian'an rushed all the way from the core area to the mixed area. It was so chaotic. Can you imagine the scene of a 10,000-year-old soul beast running around the outer area of the Stardew Great Forest? Why are you here again? Why are you so haunted? Can't you go hunt soul beasts yourself? You only know how to rob us. Not long after leaving the mixed area and entering the outer area of the Stardew Great Forest, Nian'an heard a noise. A quick glance, wow, familiar face. Wait, that's the human-faced demon spider. Nian'an, who originally wanted to just skip over them and ignore them, stopped instantly. He looked back at the Jinhui. You, go and join the troops outside, follow that plan, simulate the breath of the soul beast, find the insider of the spirit hall, enter the spirit city, use the shield to block the breath of the soul beast and return to the Ming Empire. That's right. This time, the Xiaoyao Great Forest organized the beast tide, and it is very likely that there is no specific target to attack. Although his Ming Empire is the farthest country from the core of the Xingdou Great Forest among the many countries bordering the Xingdou Great Forest, just in case, Zhu Nian'an still helped them get a location. With a clear location and a clear target, wouldn't it be easier to attack? Yes, Your Majesty. Behind him, the Jinyu Wei flashed away instantly. Whoosh! Xiao King, long time no see. The moment the sound of breaking through the air rang out, the two people in the noisy crowd moved instantly and looked in the same direction. The next moment, Zhu King felt her waist tighten, and there was another person beside her. There were two factions in this group of people. One faction was the three grandparents, and the other was Shriek Academy. That's right, this is the plot of the human-faced demon spider. Tianxing and his friends not only robbed others' phoenix-tailed coxcomb snake, but now they also robbed others' human-faced demon spider. Now the little gangster Nian'an is not happy. Senior, it's great that you are here. On the other side, Zhao Wuji's eyes lit up when he saw Zhu Nian'an. Originally, he was sweating profusely under the pressure of the Dragon Lord and the Snake Lady. He robbed someone's spirit ring before, and now he wants to rob it again. He robbed it, but this time, others brought reinforcements. The Dragon Lord Mengqiu is a soldier with more than 80 levels, and he can also fuse his martial soul with the Snake Lady. He can't beat him. I am Mengqiu, and I am called Long Gone in the Spirit Master World. This is my wife Tianxing and my granddaughter Nian'an. I wonder what your name is. Mengqiu was surprised that Zhu Nian'an could approach him silently. It goes without saying that Zhu Nian'an was very powerful. In order to avoid unnecessary misunderstandings, Mengqiu spoke to ease the atmosphere. You don't have to fight for it. No one can use this spirit ring. In a short while, the Stardew Great Forest will launch a beast tide. Choosing to absorb the spirit ring in the Stardew Great Forest is no different from suicide. Chapter 194. Intercepting the human-faced demon spider, Tianxing lost the 8 spider lances. Chapter 195. Intercepting the human-faced demon spider, Tianxing loses the 8 spider lances. Swish. 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 After hearing Zhu Nian'an's words, everyone's eyes turned to him instantly. Originally, her waist was hugged, and Zhu King's tense body finally relaxed after seeing that it was Zhu Nian'an. But when she saw that everyone's eyes were looking at her and Zhu Nian'an, Zhu King's body couldn't help but tense again. Zhu Nian'an, who was hugged around her waist, felt it clearly. This is, I'm sorry. Also, in the original book, Zhu King is not a thick-skinned person. Thinking of this, Zhu Nian'an couldn't help but tighten his grip on Zhu King. Zhu King didn't explicitly resist him, which was equivalent to not resisting. Not resisting or resisting meant that she was willing to be like this with him. Since she herself was willing, it was even less of a chance for others to point fingers. Beast tide. What evidence do you have that there will be a beast tide in the Stardew Great Forest? In the Shriek Academy team, everyone had different expressions. Among them, the most angry was Daimao Bai. At this time, his eyes were red, and his eyes were fixed on Zhu Nian'an hugging Zhu King's waist, and his face turned pale. Damn it, obviously he was Zhu King's fiancé, and obviously the position should be mine. But now, as a fiancé, he could only watch his fiancée being hugged by someone else, which was simply a great shame. If he hadn't been unable to beat Zhu Nian'an, Daimao Bai would have exploded long ago. Of course, even if he couldn't beat him now, he was still trying his best to discuss Zhu Nian'an. He was the first to raise questions. Yes, do you have any evidence to prove that the Stardew Great Forest is about to launch a beast tide? You didn't say that casually just to make us give up the human-faced demon spider, did you? On the side, Nian'an also questioned. When the phoenix-tailed coxcomb snake was robbed before, my grandmother couldn't beat them, so I accepted it. Now the human-faced demon spider and the top-grade spirit ring are still with them, but this time not only my grandmother is here, but also my soldier grandfather. Shriek Academy, which is led by a mere soul saint, is nothing to worry about. Not only Nian'an, but also the snake woman Tianxing has this idea. She was very angry when the phoenix-tailed coxcomb snake was robbed before. Now, my old man is here, and he has the martial soul fusion skill. Even the famous defensive soul saint Zhao Wuji is not good enough. Facing the doubts, Zhu Nian'an's mouth corners slightly raised. His whole body revealed a look of indifference. Believe it or not, I don't bother to care about you. Zhu King, be obedient, let's go. After saying that, Zhu Nian'an grabbed Zhu King. Hey. Zhu King sighed, a little embarrassed. Turned to look at Zhao Wuji. Senior, please help me. Shriek Academy will never forget this kindness. Xiaoji couldn't sit still. He didn't know what the beast tide was. He only knew that his student, Tianxing, needed this spirit ring. As Tianxing's teacher, Xiaoji felt that he had to try his best to fight for it. After hearing what Xiaoji said, Nian'an didn't even turn his head. What a joke! What does the life and death of Shriek have to do with him? Originally, he wanted to come down and intercept it, but when he thought that the Stardew Great Forest would organize a beast tide soon, under such circumstances, even if Tianxing forcibly absorbed it, he would end up in failure. Zhu King, since we are classmates, please help Tianxing. Seeing that asking Nian'an for help didn't seem to work, Xiaoji instantly looked at Zhu King to change his mind. Hearing this, Zhu King did stop. Zhu King couldn't help but recall that after she left with Nian'an, she, Xiaoyao, Tianxing and others had a conflict with the old students such as Daimu Bai. Tianxing, Xiaoyao, and others were indirectly injured because of this. Now Tianxing needs help. Zhu King feels that she can't just sit back and watch. But when she thinks about her relationship with Nian'an, it has never been very good. Not long after knowing each other, she was saved by others, but she didn't provide anything to Nian'an. Although she knows that it is not good to ask for things blindly, Zhu King has no choice. It seems that she can't help Nian'an now. Tianxing helped me before. Looking up, Zhu King looked at Nian'an with a pleading look. Hearing this, Nian'an stopped, and the smile on his face was a little stiff. Zhu King could clearly feel that Nian'an had become cold all around. You are so disobedient. After saying that, Nian'an turned around and walked back. Thank you for your help again, senior. Xiaoji bowed. Xiaoji did not doubt Nian'an's ability. Let's not talk about it for a moment. He had seen his spirit ring before. Just take this man's aura as an example. He was able to defeat the king of the forest, Titan Giant Ape. The spirit ring of this human-faced demon spider was stable. With this man here, and with himself, even if the dragon and the snake used the martial soul fusion technique, they could not move this spirit ring. The Spirit Hall organized a soul hunting team to capture the auspicious beast of the Stardew Great Forest, the three-eyed golden lion, and were at the Titan Giant Ape to hunt it down, causing the entire Stardew Great Forest to fall into chaos. The birth of the Titan Giant Ape's brother, the Azure Bull Python, of course did not change the outcome, and it was also hunted down. Now the entire Stardew Great Forest is in panic and chaos. Unfortunately, the fierce beasts living in the deepest part of the Stardew Great Forest have been awakened. It won't be long before the spirit beasts, under the leadership of the fierce beasts, will form a beast tide and counterattack humans in an orderly manner. Swish swish swish. It's them. I said, why would the people from the Spirit Hall appear here in groups, and even go to capture a gold and soul beast that has never been seen before? The snake woman exclaimed. In the depths of the Stardew Great Forest, the dozen or so powerful auras that suddenly emerged are fierce beasts. Is that fierce beast stronger than the Titan Giant Ape and the Azure Bull Python? Hearing this, Nian'an turned and came to the front of the human-faced demon spider, looking at the purple soul ring floating on the giant spider, with a flash of disdain in his eyes. That is not a fierce beast, those are just some ordinary soul beasts of about 200,000 years. The real fierce beasts have a cultivation base of more than 250,000 years, and the Titan Giant Ape and Azure Bull Python you saw before are just gatekeepers. Swish. Hearing this, the pupils of the Dragon Lord Mengqiu shrank again. He chased the human-faced demon spider out of the mixed area, and he did sense the chaos in the current Stardew Great Forest. Moreover, just a short while ago, dozens of powerful auras appeared. I don't know your friend's name. Mengqiu's previous hostility disappeared, and an inexplicable emotion appeared in his heart towards Nian'an. Although Nian'an's voice suggested that he should not be very old, he did not dare to delay. You don't need to know who he is, you just need to know that he is someone you can't afford to offend. At this moment, a sweet female voice slowly rang out in Shriek Academy. Nian'an did not even turn his head. The storage ring on his right hand flashed, and two vessels appeared, storing the spirit ring and the body of the human-faced demon spider in the vessels respectively. Just in case Tianxing suddenly bursts out with the protagonist's aura, it is better to pack all these things and take them away. The 8-spider lunch should be very suitable for Nian'an. Chapter 195 explodes. Watching Nian'an taking away the corpse of the human-faced demon spider and its spirit ring. Tianxing felt a sense of loss for no reason, as if something that was destined to belong to him had left him forever because of some unspeakable changes. Tianxing gritted his teeth, looked at Nian'an's tall back, and slowly took a step forward. "Senior, I wonder, can you give me this spirit ring? I killed the human-faced demon spider, and there will be no one else who can absorb its spirit ring except me. I really need to absorb this spirit ring to find my sister who was lost in the Douluo Great Forest." Hearing this, Nian'an slowly turned his head and looked at Tianxing. "It seems that you really didn't listen to what I said at all." Seeing this, Xiaoyao immediately walked up and pulled Tianxing. "Tianxing, didn't you hear what the senior said? It won't be long before a beast tide will appear in the Douluo Great Forest. Who will protect you when you absorb spirit rings here? Do you take your life seriously? Have you ever thought about how much danger the person who protects you will be in?" After hesitating for a long time, Xiaoyao spoke again. "Xiao has been missing for so long, and there is still no news." Maybe Xiaoyao didn't finish his words, but Tianxing understood. In fact, he didn't understand these things, he just didn't want to admit it. "As long as there is a glimmer of hope, I, Tianxing, am willing to give it a try. Teacher Xiao, I have been running fast since I was a child, I am willing to give it a try." On the other side, Grandpa Nian'an stared at him intently, saying that Nian'an was someone they couldn't afford to offend. When Long Gone saw the martial spirit in that person's hand, the Seven Treasures Glazed Tower fell silent. It is undeniable that the Seven Treasures Glazed Sect has a special status in the Spirit Master world. This group of people are not simple at first glance. They are so much younger than his granddaughter, but most of them have broken through level 30, or are close to level 30. It is not an exaggeration to say that they are the top geniuses on the continent. Thinking that the human-faced demon spider has been killed by Tianxing, even if he continues to pester, and pulls down his old face to snatch it, his granddaughter will not be able to absorb it. Instead, it will offend these little geniuses. After weighing the pros and cons, Long Gone made a decision. "Nian'an, Grandpa promises you that the next one will be better." He couldn't hold it anymore. After hearing his grandfather admit defeat, Nian'an couldn't hold it anymore. The phoenix-tailed coxcomb snake admitted it, and the human-faced demon spider also admitted it. "When will you stand on your granddaughter's side? In fact, this matter is not big, but it is not small. It is not too small. The main thing is that Nian'an can't accept the arrogant look of the people from Shriek Academy. They stole his spirit ring and were complacent, especially the fat guy, who kept looking at him with those lecherous eyes. As well as the arrogant looks of others, every time they looked at him, it was like a slap in the face." Nian'an turned his head and glanced at Nian'an. To be honest, he was a little speechless. It was all because of the temper of a child. "Okay, stop arguing." The noisy environment made Nian'an frown. With a flash of his right hand, a hand order appeared in Nian'an's hand. "The beast tide is coming. It is estimated that it will be unsuitable to hunt soul beasts in the Douluo Great Forest in the short term. Take this token and go to the Soul Tower in any of the 3 continents of the Ming Empire. You can choose a suitable soul ring for your granddaughter to absorb." Menchu took the token and saw the logo on it. His pupils shrank again. He was shocked by the identity of this person. Purple 1000-year soul order, Soul Tower level 3 one-time hand order, price, 100,000 gold soul coins. You can specify the soul beast and the number of years, accurate to the day, and the number of years below the 10,000-year soul ring can be customized. Seeing the token in Long Gong's hand, Nian'an instantly became interested and spoke out the functions of the token one by one. 100,000 gold soul coins, are you kidding me? Just a token, one token to exchange for a soul ring, and then you charge 100,000 gold soul coins? 100,000 gold soul coins, how many mistresses can I have? Ma Hongjin was shocked when he heard Nian'an's words. With his cognition, he really couldn't imagine how a token could be sold for 100,000 gold soul coins. "Heh, what do you know, fat guy? The Soul Tower of the Ming Empire has the most complete reserves of soul rings in the world. There are not only soul rings on land, in the sky, in the ocean, but also underground. It is said that the Soul Tower now has soul ring reserves of 95% of the soul beasts in the world. Whether it is recorded in books or not, rare, or even extinct soul beasts, the Soul Tower uses special methods to extract and refine soul rings. My 7 Treasures Glazed Sect has now negotiated with the Ming Empire on behalf of the Tianduo Empire to establish a branch tower in the Tianduo Empire." Nian'an had one more thing to say. The trend of future soul masters must be the Soul Tower. As long as their 7 treasures glazed sect really obtains the management rights of a branch tower, it will be the 7 treasures glazed sect's lifetime wealth. From Nian'an's mouth, everyone also knew the power of the soul tower. Thank you, friend. Long Gong bowed. The snake woman on the side pushed Nian'an, who had calmed down. Why don't you thank this senior? Nian'an looked at the other people in Street Academy, and then looked at Nian'an. Just when he wanted to open his mouth, Nian'an turned around silently. Roar. At this moment, an angry lion roar suddenly came from the distant sky. Above the sky, a black figure overwhelmed a 3-headed lion that was constantly emitting flames. Is this a fierce beast? It's really powerful. Just sensing its breath makes my whole body extremely hot. Yin. But at this moment, 2 powerful soul beasts, one grey and one black, joined the battlefield. Long Xiaoyao was in the sky, fighting 1 against 3. Bustle. At this moment, the bushes behind shook. After a while, a pale and panicked figure slowly appeared. Xiao. Great, you're okay, this is so great. Nian'an was sharp-eyed and hugged Xiao. Xiao's body stiffened. What happened? Xiao woke up from her coma and vaguely felt a strong breath locking on her. Although she didn't know what was going on, but she instinctively wanted to run. After realizing that something was wrong with the Douluo Great Forest, Xiao wanted to find Da Meng and Derming. After all, in this situation, only they would protect her. In the eyes of the soul beasts, she had become a traitor. It would be good if they didn't kill her. Walking and shuttling all the way, she finally managed to avoid the human strongman who locked on her. I thought that the next step was to go home and never return to the human world. Unexpectedly. Xiao. Seeing Xiao, Tianxing's eyes lit up. Tag tap tag. Before Tianxing could happily take care of Xiao, the ground shook and countless beast roars rang out. Nian'an, Zhao and Long Gong looked up and saw a huge mass of black beasts approaching in the distance, like a dark cloud. This is a beast tide. Chapter 196 Wuhan City is in danger. Chapter 197 Wuhan City is in danger. Nian'an looked up and looked at the dark mass of beasts pressing down from the distant sky, and squinted his eyes. The speed of the beast tide was faster than he expected. Nian'an turned around without hesitation. We should leave. Leaving such a simple sentence, Nian'an came to Zhu King's side and slowly stretched out his hand. Let's go. Zhu King was a little hesitant when she saw this. Looking back, Zhao Ji immediately reacted when he saw this. Everyone get ready and evacuate. Whoosh! As soon as the voice fell, Nian'an turned into a golden light and disappeared directly on the spot. The junction of the Treasure Sword Mountain Range and the Douluo Great Forest. In the end, the people of the Treasure Sword Sect still couldn't hold back their curiosity. Hiss. Such destructive power, such a large area of landslides and cracks, worthy of the Titan Giant Ape, the king of the Douluo Great Forest. Blood splattered at the scene, the ground collapsed. Old sect master, I found something. At this moment, a young man wearing the uniform of the sword sect came to a place full of corpses. Seeing this, the sect master of the sword sect flashed and appeared next to the young man in an instant. Is this the person who died accidentally in the hunting of the Titan Giant Ape by the Spirit Hall? Wait, that's not right, this wound should not be caused by the Titan Giant Ape. The sect master of the sword sect came to the body of a Spirit Hall member nearby and frowned at the neat cuts. Sect master, there is more discovery. Upon hearing this, the Treasure Sword Sect's sect master slowly stood up. As soon as he stood up, his eyes inadvertently swept over and stopped in his tracks. White, platinum, robe. The platinum bishop of the Spirit Hall. When he saw Lin Bao's body, his pupils shrank again. The platinum bishop of the Spirit Hall was a soldier low-level figure of the Spirit Hall, more powerful than himself. He did not expect that such a figure would perish in the action of hunting the Titan Giant Ape. Coming to the place where his disciples said there was a discovery, the Treasure Sword Sect's sect master found a section of the tail. On this section of the tail with blue-black scales, even he felt great pressure. 100,000-year-old beast, could it be that the Spirit Hall hunted not only the Titan Giant Ape, but also, and the Sky Blue Bull Python? The Treasure Sword Sect's sect master suddenly recalled the cow cry that he had faintly heard not long ago. Tag tap tag. Roar. Hiss. Cry. At this moment, in the direction of the Douluo Great Forest, countless trees collapsed in unison, and the roars of countless soul beasts continued. Seeing this doomsday-like scene, the pupils of the sword sect's leader shrank fiercely. Retreat! Retreat! Hearing the old leader's order, the disciples of the sword sect turned around and left without hesitation. The old leader hesitated for a while, looked at the broken tail on the ground, and lifted it up decisively. This is the tail of a 100,000-year-old beast. Although it was not cut off by their sword sect, it can be used to refine weapons and become a treasure of the sect, right? On the other side, the Jinhuia, according to Nian'an's order, used a special soul guide to take the hair and blood of the three-eyed golden lion, copied that breath of the auspicious beast three-eyed golden lion, and then blocked the breath of the three-eyed golden lion. The sample of the breath of the copied three-eyed golden lion was sent to the internal responsive Wuhan city, and the large army returned to the Tang Empire first. Shiba Autonomous Prefecture, on the peak of Lima Plain. The beast tide is composed of tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands, millions of soul beasts. After being organized and commanded in an orderly manner, the number of beast tides can be large or small. It all depends on the situation. However, judging from the scale this time, it should have exceeded 100,000. It is considered a relatively large beast tide. As for the speed of the beast tide, how to say it? For ordinary people, it is almost in the blink of an eye, but for soul masters with powerful cultivation, it's just like that. As long as you want to leave, as long as you are not a masochist, you should be able to leave. Of course, the situation Nian'an was talking about was the beast tide led by soul beasts of 10 or 100 years just now. Who finally escaped from the Douluo Great Forest. What on earth have these soul beasts eaten to become so violent? Can you imagine that the usually timid 10-year-old deer, the kind of soul beast that runs away when it sees people, will kick its short legs madly, with red eyes and bare teeth to bite your butt? As soon as they left the scope of the Douluo Great Forest, everyone began to complain. Senior, will we really not be affected by the beast tide here? Xiaoyao stood on the peak of the plain and looked towards the direction of the Douluo Great Forest. He could vaguely see a large area of black, countless trees fell, and soul beasts kept roaring. This time the beast tide will not affect us, but it will give us a good show. Whether it was the 3 generations of the dragon and snake, or the people at Shriek Academy, they instantly became interested when they heard Nian'an say the word good show. Tap tap tap. Heavy footsteps, the ground began to tremble slightly. Soon, people outside the Douluo Great Forest found something wrong, but it was a pity that it was already a luxury to run at this time. Because people have been walking around the Douluo Great Forest for a long time, it already has the outline of a plain, unlike the deep Douluo Great Forest where there are trees everywhere, which is why it is difficult for soul beasts to charge. After entering the plain, they are like fish in water, and it is much more difficult to escape under such circumstances. What's going on? Is it an earthquake? Soul beasts, so many soul beasts. Puff. Some people didn't react at all, and instantly became the dead souls under the feet of soul beasts, being trampled to death alive. Some people reacted and wanted to escape. Unfortunately, the beast tide entering the plain was like a wild horse that broke free, sprinting wildly, and was swept by countless soul beasts. Some people were lucky enough to escape the trampling of the beast tide, but they did not escape the bird soul beasts flying in the sky. The sharp bird beaks easily broke through human bones and sucked the brain marrow. Countless birds and soul beasts flapped their wings in the sky, forming gusts of wind. Soon, the beast tide reached the first checkpoint, and the Spirit Hall established a defense line to isolate the soul beasts in the Douluo Great Forest. Although the probability of a beast tide is very small, a small probability does not mean that there is no beast tide. It has appeared several times in previous historical records, but there were only a few hundred of them, not many. But now it is different. The personnel stationed at the Spirit Hall guarding the defense line of the Douluo Great Forest looked at the sky and the ground, and the countless soul beasts that were so dense that they could not be seen at a glance, and they were none. How is this possible? Such a large beast tide that has not been recorded in hundreds or thousands of years. I encountered it. My life is over. Spirit City is in danger. Chapter 197 Spirit Hall resists the beast tide. Chapter 198 The Spirit Hall resists the beast tide. Although they knew that they had little chance of surviving the beast tide, the people stationed at the defense line of the Douluo Great Forest still adhered to their work and decisively lit the signal flares representing danger. At the same time, some people immediately flew to the Spirit City behind. At this time in the Spirit Hall, Ghost Dalu was seriously injured and appeared in the Pope's Hall in a mess. On the main seat of the Pope's hall, a woman wearing a crown and a white golden glass dress, with a powerful aura all over her body, slowly opened her beautiful eyes. Failed. A faint voice rang out, and Bai Dong's emotions could not be heard. Your Highness, we saw the strange golden-souled beast, and after a long period of squatting, we seized an opportunity to capture it. Hearing this, Bai Dong raised her beautiful eyebrows, and her tall white striped long legs slowly raised. The cross-legged posture was completed. Oh? What about the souled beast? Hearing this, Ghost Douluo slowly lowered his head. Originally everything was going normally. On the way to capture this golden soul beast, we also met a human who was a 100,000-year soul beast in human form. It seems that it was a fish that slipped through the net when we captured the rabbit that year. A 100,000-year soul beast in human form, plus that strange soul beast, such a great achievement. When he thought of this, the corners of Ghost Douluo's mouth slowly rose. But he soon suppressed it. It was so easy to capture a 100,000-year soul beast, and the soul beast that seemed to have a high status among soul beasts. It seemed a little easy. If it was captured so easily, how could it show that he worked hard, he was dedicated? How could it show that he had shed blood and sacrificed his life for the Spirit Hall? And how could it show that he was loyal to His Holiness the Pope? On the way back, I accidentally alarmed the Titan giant ape. In order to protect and successfully take away the two soul beasts, I fought with the Titan giant ape for 300 rounds. 3 ribs on my body are broken. After hearing what Ghost Douluo said, Bai Dong's side exclaimed. Old Ghost, are you okay? Bai Dong turned her head. It was Chrysanthemum Douluo, who was very close to Ghost Douluo. Ghost Douluo and Chrysanthemum Douluo looked at each other. Seeing Chrysanthemum Douluo's concerned eyes, Ghost Douluo gave a reassuring look. Then what? Bai Dong frowned, looking at the two people's eyes. It was very awkward. Then I took the risk of my life to hold back the Titan giant ape, and let Lin Bao and the others send the two soul beasts back. Your Holiness, my loyalty to you is witnessed by the sun and the moon. Like a surging river, just when Ghost Douluo wanted to show off his literary talent, Bai Dong frowned instantly. Wait, you mean, you'll let Lin Bao bring those two soul beasts back first? Hearing this, Ghost Douluo was stunned. Yes, Your Holiness. Ghost Douluo didn't notice at all that Bai Dong's face had darkened. Bang. Where's Lin Bao? Has he come back? Soon, someone in the Pope's palace reported to Bai Dong. Your Holiness, Bishop Lin Bao hasn't come back for half a year since he took over the mission of the Stardew Great Forest. Swish. Bai Dong's face darkened instantly. Lin Bao is one of the few platinum bishops in the Spirit Hall. He was trained by the Spirit Hall since he was a child, and his descendants live in the Spirit City. Lin Bao betrayed the Spirit Hall. This is unlikely. As a platinum bishop of the Spirit Hall, he couldn't be unaware of the power of the Spirit Hall, even if he betrayed the Spirit Hall for these two soul beasts. There is no place for him on that continent, not to mention that he has descendants living in Wuhan City. The cost and risk are too high. It is better to bring the soul beasts back to Wuhan Hall and wait for the reward. The only possibility is that. Tap tap tap. At this moment, a series of rapid footsteps suddenly rang out. No. Beast tide. Stardew Great Forest. Without waiting for Bai Dong to respond, an elder in the Wuhan Hall stood up and said disdainfully. What's there to be afraid of a mere beast tide? The most important thing now is to find Lin Bao. Hearing the discussions of others and Bai Dong's expression, Ghost Douluo also understood one thing. Lin Bao did not take the two soul beasts back to Wuhan Hall as planned. He shed blood for the Wuhan Hall and sold his body. No, Your Holiness, this time is different. This time, this beast tide is endless. The Star Forest defense line can't defend against so many soul beasts. Bai Dong narrowed her eyes in the main seat. Bang boom. At this moment, bursts of explosions rang out. Ah. Ah. No, don't eat me. Cry. Chirp. Whoosh. Sharp screams, explosions, the screams of birds and raptors, and the vibrations of countless wings. Bai Dong's figure flashed and disappeared in the Pope's palace in an instant. The other elders looked at each other and left one after another. The Pope's palace square. Bai Dong looked at the countless soul beasts flying in the sky and narrowed her eyes. Not far below the Pope's palace is the entire Wuhan City. From this perspective, all places in Wuhan City can be seen. However, the usual quiet and peaceful, prosperous scene had long since vanished. Screams, wails, and cries for mercy continued in an endless stream. A raging fire was burning in Wuhan City, and countless flying soul beasts were destroying and killing people in Wuhan City. Whoosh! At this moment, a gust of wind blew over, and Bai Bai Dong turned her head indifferently. A black feathered golden eagle aimed at Bai Bai Dong's head and stretched out its claws like lightning. Facing the attack, Bai Bai Dong just raised the scepter in her hand indifferently. Puchi! Li! The soul beast screamed miserably, and many elders just came out and saw this scene in front of them. Organize all the people in Wuhan Hall to kill the soul beasts, activate the Wuhan City self-defensive force, and defend Wuhan City. Bang! With a roar, 8 black spider spears popped out from behind Bai Bai Dong. Buzz buzz buzz. Not long after Bai Bai Dong issued the order, dozens of rays of light shot straight into the sky from the Spirit Hall. The first batch of soul beasts that had been wreaking havoc in the sky of Spirit City were only some soul beasts that had been there for 10, 100, 1,000 years, etc. They were soon cleared out. But Bai Bai Dong's heart was not at peace. Above Spirit City, Your Holiness, the defense line of the Star Forest has been breached, and soul beasts have already invaded our Spirit City. Hearing this, Bai Bai Dong stopped what she was doing, and when she saw the countless soul beasts emerging in the east, her brows furrowed fiercely. No matter what, the beast tide is not allowed to set foot in Spirit City. In Spirit City, there are countless people who are loyal to the Spirit Hall. In the future, her plans will depend on them. If they all die in the beast tide, it will be very detrimental to her future plans. Therefore, no matter what, Bai Bai Dong will not allow the beast tide to set foot in Spirit City again. Chapter 198 The Spirit Hall's Counterattack. Is it over? What the hell is going on? Is the Xingdou Great Forest crazy? They actually sent so many soul beasts to attack our Wuhan City. Fortunately, we have the Wuhan Hall and the self-defensive force in Wuhan City, otherwise, we would probably die in the hands of those beasts. After clearing out the first round of flying soul beasts, Wuhan City ushered in a brief peace. Ho-ho-ho-zero. The streets were in a mess, and some houses were still burning with flames, and occasionally broken limbs could be seen. A large number of ordinary people in Wuhan City were escorted to the back of Wuhan City to prevent them from becoming useless cannon fodder in the beast tide. All the soul masters of the Wuhan Hall were mobilized in an instant. What? Wuhan City self-defensive force, Wuhan Hall members, vanguard, knights. Wuhan Hall is the holy place in the hearts of some soul masters in Douluo continent, and this is not without reason. In addition to the other party's special status in Douluo continent and its powerful strength, Wuhan Hall is also that force with the most soul masters besides the Ming Empire. In the world, except for the Ming Empire, the Spirit Hall has 7 of the 100,000 soul masters. In addition, the order of the Spirit Hall is relatively strong. When an accident occurs, the order is issued and the army is mobilized. It didn't take long for the 100,000 troops composed of soul masters and ordinary people to be mobilized. The 100,000 troops are not the end of the Spirit City, but just the starting point of the Spirit City. In recent years, due to the pressure from the Ming Empire, the two empires, and the Kingdom of Greece, which is eager to copy the miracle of the Ming Empire's Blitzkrieg. In addition to developing a large number of soul masters, the Spirit Hall also began to develop a large number of ordinary people's army under the pretext that the Spirit City needs to defend itself. The number of elite, active, retired, and reserve personnel has reached about 300,000. This is already the strength to crush a kingdom. Therefore, although facing such a beast tide, Bai Bai Dong did not panic. In her eyes, a 100,000-year soul beast will only be her soul ring, let alone the beast tide organized under 100,000 years. It can be said that Bai Bai Dong only felt that this beast tide was troublesome, and never looked down on soul beasts. Elder Jew, Elder Ghost, one of you guards the southeast, and the other guards the northeast. Swish. After hearing Bai Bai Dong's words, the original Douluo disappeared instantly, leaving only a piece of orange petals. I obey. Although Ghost Douluo was seriously injured, he did not refuse in this situation. He turned into a black ghost and quickly rushed to the northeast. Ghost Leopard, Demon Bear, you divide the battlefield from the front. Ayo. Roar. With a roar, a huge black leopard and a strong huge demon bear slowly appeared. Ghost Leopard, Demon Bear, I obey. Swish. As the two rays of light rose into the air, there were two fewer people beside Bai Bai Dong. Bai Bai Dong raised her head again, looking at the huge beast tide in front of her, approaching the Spirit City again, and hesitated for a while. Turtle Douluo, you act according to the situation and see if there is any help around. If so, you go ahead. Anyway, no matter what, we can't let the beast tide break through our defense. After hearing Bai Dong's words, the old man in a deep blue robe behind her nodded slightly. I obey your orders. Whoosh! At this point, the beast tide in front of the spirit city, the fastest flying soul beasts are approaching. Link Jiu, these flying soul beasts in the sky are in your hands. I don't want to see these flat-haired beasts flying into the sky of my spirit city again. Squeak. Behind Bai Dong, a ball of fire instantly rose. Link Jiu obeys your orders. Swoosh. Tat. A pair of black leather boots stepped slowly on the ground. A woman wearing a black off-shoulder bra, with short light grey hair, beautiful face, delicate features, and a cold and charming temperament slowly walked out. The moment she walked out, a pair of red wings suddenly appeared behind her. Soon a huge eagle took off. Cry. The next moment, a shrill bird cry resounded through the sky. Others act according to circumstances. Bai Dong glanced at the people behind her, then turned her head and fixed her eyes on the upcoming beast tide. Her beautiful eyes kept scanning the beast tide, trying to find a few soul beasts that caught her eye. Unfortunately, I don't know if the soul beasts in front of her really didn't catch Bai Dong's eye, or if they were too young. In short, Bai Dong didn't like them. After the defense line of the Xingdou Great Forest was broken, the soul beasts entered the real plain and began to rush across the plain. The target was the Wuhan city, which was dozens of kilometers away. Wuhan city was located at the junction of the two empires, surrounded by mountains and forests, and was a city on the top of a mountain. It was easy to defend and difficult to attack, and it was an excellent strategic location. It was also located in the center of the continent, and it was a combination of time, place, and people, all of which were taken by Wuhan city. Perhaps, the only drawback was that it was too close to the Xingdou Great Forest. If it were other forces, they might worry about being harassed by soul beasts all year round. However, this was the Wuhan Hall, the holy land of soul masters, and what was least lacking here was powerful soul masters. Soul beasts were just some beasts. To this day, even until now, in fact, many Wuhan Hall personnel still thought so in their hearts. It was just that there were a few more beasts. How could they shake the Wuhan Hall that had existed for so long? Whoosh! The wind was howling, and countless flying soul beasts flew over the defenses arranged by the Wuhan Hall and flew towards the sky of Wuhan City. The Spirit City self-defensive forces on the land, and even the Spirit Hall's Spirit Masters, had no choice but to watch the Spirit Masters flying by in the sky. 3. At this moment, a roar that pierced the sky instantly resounded. The scorching sun that was originally blocked by the beast tide was instantly revealed again, allowing the Spirit City to regain its light again. Destruction really makes people blood boil. Naught. In the sky, a huge figure slowly appeared. It was a huge bird burning with flames. On the back of this huge bird, there was also a beautiful figure. The breeze gently blew her short hair, and she slowly clenched her right hand, and suddenly a golden light began to slowly leak from her palm. 8th soul skill, blood boiling. The black soul ring on the body of the spirit vulture Douluo flashed, and the next moment, countless golden red feathers fell accurately towards the soul beast flying in the sky above the entire sky. Bang! Chirp! Chirp! In the sky, countless birds cried, and the burning bodies began to slowly fall from the sky, accompanied by white, yellow, purple, black, and other soul rings. Do it! In front of the battlefield, the ghost leopard and the magic bear looked at each other. The magic bear jumped up and flew into the sky. As it flew into the sky, a huge black soul ring was lit up. 7th soul skill, the magic bear's shrewd body. Chapter 199. 100,000-year-old soul beast suddenly appeared in the beast tide. In the sky, a huge demon bear with black body dotted with black and gold appeared. Bang! After falling from the sky, its body suddenly expanded countless times, and it fell as fast as a missile. Boom! Crack! The giant bear pierced the ground like a missile javelin, and the next moment, the ground collapsed. A group of 10-year and 100-year soul beasts were smashed into meat paste. Roar! With a roar, the wind whistled, and countless soul beasts were swept away by the wind. Or at this moment, a figure flashed quickly in the sky. Bang! A 1,000-year soul beast was slapped away by a slab, and its head was cracked. The purple 1,000-year soul ring flew out. 7th soul skill, ghost leopard shrewd body. Or with a roar, many 10-year and 100-year soul beasts were directly scared out of their wits. Countless soul beasts. As expected, the beast tide began to be slowly divided, so that the southeast, northeast, and even the east battlefield began to share the impact of the beast tide. At this time, figures flew up in the sky above Wuhan City. At this time, the personnel of Wuhan Hall also began to join the battle. Immediately on the plains and peaks. Seeing this scene, Nian'an raised his eyebrows. At this time, Long Gong sighed. It is worthy at the Wuhan Hall with 1,000 years of inheritance. Even in the face of so many beast tides, it can cope with it. If it were other forces, I'm afraid that the city would have fallen long ago. Hearing this, Nian'an turned his head and glanced at Long Gong. Ha ha. You know, now it is only the low-level soul beasts that are leading the way. 10,000 years and 100,000 years, and even the fierce beasts have not appeared yet. Although, the current Wuhan Hall has only mobilized a dozen elders from the Elder Hall. But, let's not talk about the beasts first. The group of 100,000-year-old spirit beasts that came out of the Lake of Life are enough to crush the so-called elders of the Spirit Hall. As for the group of people in the Worship Hall, to be honest, they may not be able to beat the beasts. Not to mention, there are spirit beasts like Emperor Tian in the Stardew Great Forest. The current Emperor Tian definitely has the strength of a demigod, enough to crush the demigod Qiandaelu, not to mention that Qiandaelu's artifact has been lost. It is not known whether he has the qualifications to fight Emperor Tian. Under such a beast tide, the Spirit Hall cannot be safe and sound. Today, the Spirit City must be destroyed. Swish swish swish. After hearing Nian'an's words, everyone else looked over. Hey, you said that Wuhan City can be broken. Do you know that Wuhan City is a holy place in the hearts of soul masters across the continent? The Wuhan Palace has the most powerful soul masters in the entire continent. If they can't defend it, then there is no place in the entire continent that can defend this wave of beasts. Looking at the position where Nian'an hugged Zhu King's waist, Daimu's eyes turned red with envy and jealousy, and the green sky-blue grassland on his forehead almost made him lose control of his reason. Seizing the opportunity, he angrily scolded Nian'an. Your vision determines everything you know. Don't take ignorance as fearless courage. Nian'an hugged Zhu King's waist again, and his eyes narrowed slightly under the halo mask. If someone is familiar with Nian'an's temperament, they will know that Nian'an has been angry. That's right, you country bumpkin, you're still using the trend of more than 10 years ago to define the current era. The past is the past, and the present is now. Why don't you talk about the people who founded the Spirit Hall thousands of years ago? At this moment, Nian'an, who saw Daimu being humiliated, immediately stood up and added insult to injury. Let me tell you, more than 10 years ago, the Spirit Hall had some disagreements with the Ming Empire, and sent Soul Masters to secretly break into the Ming Empire and fight with the Soul Masters of the Ming Empire. Later, they were suppressed by the Soul Masters of the Ming Empire. The title of Black Dragon Demigod came from that incident. From top to bottom, they were crushed. I heard that the Worship Hall also used old monsters that had not been born for 100 years, but they still didn't escape after being defeated. Otherwise, they would be punished to guard the border of the Ming Empire for 10 years like the two worshippers of the Spirit Hall. After hearing Nian'an's explanation, everyone was shocked again. I thought that with so many titled Luohu and so many powerful Spirit Masters, the Spirit Hall was already the strongest on the continent. I didn't expect that the Ming Empire was even stronger. No one doubted Nian'an's words. After all, Nian'an came from the Seven Treasures Glazed sect, which was one of the top 3 sects. That means that the Ming Empire is stronger than the Spirit Hall. I really don't know how strong the Ming Empire is. Hearing everyone talking about the Ming Empire, Tianxing lowered his head silently. After learning about his father's identity, Tianxing also knew about the hunting order that was once famous in the Spirit Master world when he was a child, who was hunting, why his father left, and so on. Although Tianxing didn't know why his father was hunted, Tianxing knew that his father became what he was before, most likely it was related to the Ming Empire. Now I have to get stronger quickly, find my mother, and avenge my father. Thinking of this, Tianxing couldn't help but start to recall the human-faced demon spider he killed. Zhu King has a special relationship with this senior. Maybe I can start from this aspect. Thinking of Nian'an's generosity, he gave a soul order worth 100,000 gold soul coins to solve the problem for himself. He must not be a stingy person. In front of Wuhan City. With the magic bear and ghost leopard dividing the battlefield in front, the pressure on the 3 fronts was not very great, and most of the soul beasts of 10 or 100 years were quickly strangled. As time went by, 1,000-year soul beasts and 10,000-year soul beasts appeared. Roar. Northeast defense line. With a roar, 3 golden claws instantly fell from the sky. Puff. A soul scent of the Wooden Hall was directly torn into pieces. 10,000 years of dark gold fear claw bear. Dark gold fear claw bear, a top soul beast, has the strength to fight across levels. 100 years makes 1,000-year soul beasts afraid, and 1,000 years can fight ordinary 10,000-year soul beasts. Now, a 10,000-year dark gold fear claw bear appears on the battlefield, and even a titled Douluo cannot easily defeat it. Mana. At this moment, a cry of surprise rang out. Hearing this cry, Bai Dong, who was observing the battlefield on the wall of Wooden City, narrowed her eyes. Bang. Blue sea shield. But a blue shield instantly appeared in the sky. Roar. Bang. Snap. At the moment when the claws of the dark gold terror claw bear collided with the shield instantly shattered into pieces. 7th soul skill, Turtle True Body. Bang. Turtle Elder. A young girl saw that an old man was slapped into the ground by a heavy slap in order to block her attack, and she immediately cried out. Swish. At this moment, a black and purple figure appeared in front of the girl. Vampire Spider Thorn. Puff puff. 8 spider spears suddenly popped out, and the light from Bai Dong's right hand continued to shine, and the shape of a bone began to appear. Die. A cold murderous intent flashed across Bai Dong's eyes, and then a sharp claw fell heavily. Bang. The huge head of the dark gold terror claw bear fell, and soon a pitch black soul ring slowly rose. Old teacher. Bang. Roar. Human, hand over the auspicious beast. Right in front of the battlefield, a tiger with bloody power all over its body slapped the ghost leopard Douluo away with a slap. Swish swish swish. In an instant, the battlefield fell into silence, and everyone looked over. Can speak. A word appeared in the minds of countless elders. 100,000-year soul beast. Chapter 200. The ferocious beast appears. Thick dark clouds covered the sky of the beast tide in front of Wooden City, a scene of the end of the world. Countless soul beasts roared and hissed continuously. Puff. Puff. Blood, broken arms, and residual limbs. In the sky, soldiers or soul masters were slapped away from time to time, and then directly torn to pieces by powerful soul beasts. On the ground, powerful soul beasts could not resist the joint efforts of soul masters, fell to the ground in grief, and bled dry. After a while, soul rings of various colors floated on their corpses. The blood of humans and soul beasts gathered to form a dark red lake. Mana. A man with short silver-white hair hurried to the side of a girl with short golden hair, a budding figure, and a charming face at a young age. Are you okay? Are you okay? Xiaoyao looked at the girl in front of him with concern. No, I'm okay. The teacher is here. After hearing the girl's words, Xiaoyao looked up and saw a tall figure in front of him. Beside him was a huge dark gold fear claw bear, with its body torn apart. Not only that, but a huge black soul ring was shining. A 10,000-year-old dark gold fear claw bear, killed instantly. Is this the strength of His Holiness the Pope? Bai Dong did not turn his head back, his eyes were fixed on the distance. The tiger that roared, spoke human words, and was surrounded by bloody evil spirits. You go back to Wooden City, and don't come out again until the 10,000-year soul beasts are cleaned up. Whoosh! As soon as the voice fell, Bai Dong's figure flashed and instantly appeared above the Wooden City wall. Are you the real culprit who organized this beast tide? Bai Dong's voice slowly rang out, with a slight anger in her voice, not too big or too small, but mixed with soul power, accurately transmitted to the ears of every person and every soul beast in the beast tide. In the center of the beast tide ahead, a tiger with a red body, blood red eyes and blood red power slowly turned its head and opened its blood red eyes suddenly. Roar. With a wild roar, the soul saints wearing the clothes of the spirit hall and with 7 soul rings floating on their bodies were suddenly blown away. I'll say it one last time, hand over the auspicious beast, otherwise, everyone in the city, young and old, will be killed, leaving no one alive. The roar was like thunder, shaking many people on the battlefield, and their eyes went black and their heads swollen. After hearing the words of the blood-red Tiger King, Bai Dong's pretty face turned cold. But seeing the soul masters who were injured and killed around, and the soldiers that the spirit city had trained with great difficulty, being killed in vain by soul beasts, her fair jade hands slowly clenched into fists. No, there will be no more sacrifices in vain, otherwise, before the plan even starts, the family assets will be consumed by these damn soul beasts. As for the soul beasts, which were several times more numerous than human corpses, Bai Bai Dong didn't even look at them. They were nothing but a bunch of beasts. In her eyes, no matter how many soul beasts there were, they could not compare to the soul masters of the Spirit Hall and the self-defensive force of the Spirit City that she had managed with great care for many years. Soul beast, this is the Spirit City. The one in front of you is the Pope of the Spirit Hall. Don't be so arrogant. Bai Bai Dong's words did not frighten the Blood Evil Tiger King. The Blood Evil Tiger King raised his head, and blood-red light suddenly gathered in his mouth. Roar. As the light in his mouth became brighter and brighter, the Blood Evil Tiger King finally spit heavily at Bai Bai Dong. Die. Bai Bai Dong narrowed her eyes at this. Looking for death. 5th soul skill, 1,000 blades and 10,000 shields. Countless purple-black lights burst out from Bai Bai Dong, a black soul ring flashed, and the next moment, shields gathered in front of Bai Bai Dong. Bang. Waiting for the moment when the blood-red light hit the shield, Bai Bai Dong's delicate body trembled. This soul beast is the real culprit that organized the beast tide. Kill it. In the center of the beast tide, Ghost Leopard Douluo, who was slapped away by the Blood Evil Tiger King, and Demon Bear Douluo not far away looked at each other. Ghost Leopard destroy kill. Demon Bear descends. Bang bang bang. The Blood Evil Tiger King glanced at the two people who were rushing towards him quickly, and the blood-red killing intent in his eyes solidified. The next moment, a powerful blood-red gas suddenly burst out of his body. This blood-red gas seemed to be induced and solidified into blood-red armor. Then the Blood Evil Tiger King slowly raised his right hand. It was shrouded in red light. Puff. Ghost Leopard Douluo's attack came first, and one claw grabbed the Blood Evil Tiger King. In an instant, the Blood Evil Tiger King's body was full of flames, and a large area of his armor was instantly dented. The second claw, the third claw, bang. The armor on the Blood Evil Tiger King was instantly shattered. Then Ghost Leopard Douluo's dense attacks fell like raindrops. Roar. The Blood Tiger King roared, but ignored the Ghost Leopard Douluo. His blood-red eyes were fixed on the Demon Bear in the distance. His raised right hand fell heavily in an instant. Puff. Ah. A figure flew out in an instant. Demon Bear. The Ghost Leopard was startled, and suddenly felt a fatal threat, and quickly retreated. The Blood Tiger King was covered in wounds and blood, but he became more and more courageous as he fought. His aura became stronger and stronger. Damn, this soul beast is weird. The Ghost Leopard wanted to escape, but unfortunately, the Blood Tiger King was already furious. How could it escape so easily? Roar. Die. With a roar, the Blood Tiger King's eyes flashed with murderous intent, and the next moment he flew up in an instant, with his right claw raised high. Your Holiness, save me. On the wall of Wooden City, Bai Bai Dong looked at the Ghost Leopard Douluo shouting for help, with a gloomy face. But the 8 spider spears on his body were finally raised. Spiderweb binding. A huge, purple spiderweb suddenly opened. In midair, the Blood Evil Tiger King, who was about to attack Ghost Leopard Douluo, was accurately hit and quickly fell to the ground. Go to hell with regret. But in midair, the spider's lance flashed a faint purple cold light under the reflection of the light. The threat of death instantly enveloped the Blood Evil Tiger King. Death, I'm going to die. In midair, Bai Bai Dong aimed at the Blood Evil Tiger King, and the next moment, her graceful figure quickly fell. Swoosh. At this moment, the temperature of the beast tide rose significantly. In the distant sky, a red light stepped into the air. Human, how dare you? Roar. With a roar, it resounded through the sky of the beast tide, and all the soul beasts instantly boiled. In the sky, there was a huge fireball, which instantly cut off Bai Bai Dong's route to kill the Blood Evil Tiger King. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Feeling the rising temperature, Bai Bai Dong raised her beautiful eyes slightly, and saw that a huge fireball was approaching quickly on her way. Damn it, helplessly, Bai Bai Dong had no choice but to give up this opportunity and dodge away. Bang. Hoo-la-la. The next moment, the fireball exploded instantly. Ah. Hot, hot, not long after the screams, they turned into a burst of burnt smell. A team of soul masters from the Spirit Hall was directly burned to ashes by this fireball. Bai Bai Dong raised her head and stared at the red light in the distance. In the flames, a creature with 3 heads and flames all over its body, similar to a lion, slowly walked out. Its aura was stronger than any soul beast Bai Bai Dong had ever seen. This soul beast was none other than the 3-headed red demon Mastiff Red King that was completely crushed in the previous battle with Long Xiaoyao. Not long after it appeared, two figures quietly floated beside the Red King. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.